This episode brought to you by Trilogies, because all the best things in life come in threes, like Stooges, Amigos, all-you-can-eat taco dinners, heart attacks, and most likely 3 ex-wives for Joe.
Hey everybody, happy May the 4th. We're watching Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and you're listening to Miscast Commentary.
You're listening to Miscast Commentary, where two guys have seen way too many movies and have way too much time on their hands.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Now here's your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray.
Hey everybody, welcome to Miscast Commentary. I am Joe Finley, still married, everything's fine.
For now. I'm Todd Tebow, the Sailor Murray.
And today we bring you a May the 4th spectacular because we love you more than we love ourselves. We are finishing. I give love to somebody on our YouTube who called us out for not having, because we have episode 1, episode 2, not episode 3, episode 4, episode 5, episode 6. He's like, why didn't you do episode 3? I'm like, because we did the first trilogy first. Now we're doing the prequel trilogy. Then we're going to do the sequel trilogy, and we'll fit everything else in as we go.
And then whatever trilogy comes after that.
Yes. So that's why that one was missing. So you got it now. You can we're completionists in terms of these two trilogies.
We're only doing this because you complained. Here we go.
No, I've been looking forward to this one for a long time, and there's only one way to continue to look forward to it, and that is to press play.
Now, boom.
I think I did it. Yeah.
Here we go.
This was the last 20th Century Fox Star Wars movie. All the remaining ones were made by Disney.
Oh, here we go. Is Buddy still doing his 3? Remember they were going to give...
Oh, Rian Johnson. They're still on the IMDb list. I really don't, because I know it's been a lot of things, because Taika Waititi's got one. Kevin Feige's got one.
Patty trilogy?
Not a trilogy, just like a
Sounds
Star Wars project.
Huh? Sounds fucked up.
Not for me, it's not. So it's...
Whatever. I know what it sounds like.
Better now?
Yes.
There we go.
Right on.
This
episode 3. Revenge of the Sith.
So right off the bat, this has the most special effects shots in any of the movies. It has more special effects shots than episodes 1 and 2 combined. I've got the numbers here. It's an astounding amount. So there's 2,200 visual effects shots in this. Star Wars, the original Star Wars, 350.
How many in this one?
2,200.
Holy shit.
But there are entire sequences. Like this whole first sequence is like tons of visual effects shots, right?
It says the separatist droid army. So like the droids want to separate?
Well,
they're all French?
Yes. Well, essentially, that's not incorrect. It's not that the droids want to, though. The droids are just the armies of the country.
If we don't get a union, we're walking.
Yeah, that sounded very much like those battle droids, too.
Yeah, exactly.
I liked it. So the original cut of this movie ran almost 4 hours long. There was this opening scene from like here to the end when they like rescue Palpatine was over an hour long.
Look at that. This all chunky.
Mm-hmm. That's just
fucking special effects shit is that?
That's not the movie. That's the internet.
Oh God, it's all digital now. So actually, because it was 4 hours, the at the end was actually 45 minutes.
Yes, it was.
Possibly the worst scene in cinema history.
It was basically the Steve Carell from The Office. No, oh dear God, no. I actually this was a really exciting one. Like again, like say what you will for kind of like the over digital ecosystem that they put themselves in for this trilogy. Like this was like
So what the fuck's going on here?
So
they're rescuing Chancellor Palpatine.
Yes. Yeah. The Chancellor Palpatine has been captured by General Grievous, and there's a giant battle going on. And that's really all we need to know. But it's cool to see, like, that's something you never got to see in the original trilogy, was like this level of war. You know, like even the big battles with the Death Star and stuff did not have this many things. Like,
boom.
Like these battle stations are all like, you know, their own, like they're not Death Star worthy, but
there's a bad son of a bitch, R2.
Mm-hmm.
I remember in the preview for the newer one when he like touches R2 and he goes like red. Did they take that out of the movie or did that happen?
What are you talking about?
Remember in the preview for one of the newer ones, it was an image of somebody in a cloak like touching R2 and his light turns red.
Oh no! That was a flashback, or that was like from a flashback. I don't think that there was anything about him turning red, but it was literally it was a flashback to when Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren burnt down the Jedi Training Academy. And so Luke was there by himself, and he had his hand on. I hate this. Like, as I really like this movie compared to the other two prequels. I really enjoy this movie. But as always, like, and this is true of all the Star Wars movies, there's always something that drives me nuts about them. And like, there's little choices like this, like these weird headband things they're wearing is just a stupid thing. There's Tamara Morrison, who we still get to enjoy as Boba Fett in the Book of Boba Fett.
That was cool, but I'd like to see a buddy fly around when they blew his ship up.
Yeah,
because if somebody would have couldn't grab him, for God's sakes.
Yeah, theoretically.
Like, holy jeez.
But this was the first Star Wars movie to get a PG-13 rating, because actually there's quite a bit of like darkness. You don't really get to see dead bodies in a lot of these, except one dead Ewok. But
he was flying.
Yeah, but like that one, like that was just like a dead dude out in space. You assume his lungs were sucked out, right? But
all
like,
right,
these headphones are just like really stupid. And
I saw the Obi-Wan preview. That was cool.
That looks amazing.
Oh yeah,
there's so much going on, and there's more stuff from the cartoons because Filoni's involved, right? So you have the Grand Inquisitor going on, and probably have the 9 sisters or whatever. And
so wait, what just happened to the last one here before this? What was the end?
They took on, the beginning of the Clone Army, or the Clone Wars happened.
Okay.
And so they had that big battle. Whoa. They took on Count Dooku, but he got away after cutting off Anakin's arm.
Oh, yes.
And then Yoda fought him before he escaped.
That was a good rumble.
Yeah, and then I remember being so excited when we saw it, because we're like, we've never seen Yoda fight. This is going to be dope.
And it was.
It was. Like, yeah, it held up.
I like before it said in brackets, it said speaking droid language.
Yes. Well, they are.
Oh, I just ripped his head right off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's dark. Yeah.
That's even worse than, no, it's not. Nothing is worse than that little guy upside down. And they burn his feet.
No. So some of the voices that they did. And something that I'm really enjoying now, Hayden Christensen getting a lot of love from Star Wars fans.
I remember he was in a movie with the great Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
When does that friggin' movie come out?
I don't know.
Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent or
that's
whatever.
coming out pretty soon.
Oh my God.
You and I should go see that.
The movie's supposed to be amazing, apparently.
Well, because he's Nicolas Cage as Nicolas Cage is playing himself.
Nicolas Cage, I guess, and him starred into a straight to whatever movie.
Yeah.
It was like they played priests or something.
Yeah.
Anyways, he was really jerking off Hayden Christensen.
Yeah. I like that.
But has he been in anything after this? Well, he's been in a couple things.
He was in Jumper while these ones were still going. He played. I think did he play Andy Warhol in the movie? He's been on other stuff though. Like he's done other things. He was in that god awful like Little Italy with Emma Roberts.
Oh God.
That was his
Literally.
Yeah.
That was her first mistake. Should have called it Literally.
Yeah. Yeah. You could have that would have saved you some money.
I would have been there if that was the name.
Mm-hmm. But like, he's one of those guys. Yeah, he was never the greatest actor, but I thought he was decent for the role, especially in this movie. The other one, not as much but like whatever. But he's going to be appearing in the Obi-Wan and in the Ahsoka series.
Yeah, cool. They're bringing him back, eh?
Assuming in flashbacks, but they, But I just love, like, he appeared very recently at a Star Wars, I think it was right before COVID. He appeared at one of those Star Wars events, and people went nuts for him. And I'm like, good for him, because like to see what Jake Lloyd went through.
I don't blame. I don't actually, to be honest with you, I don't blame him. I blame Lucas. Like, it's Lucas is the one who directed the movie and kept the scenes in. Like,
yeah. Well, absolutely. And it's like, and that was the thing, and that was the same thing Verhoeven said about
Sharon Stone's
Showgirls.
pussy.
No, in Showgirls, right? He's like, I don't know why she's getting so much hate. I wrote the things, told her how to say it.
Because he's the dude, he's the man.
Yeah. He's like, and I showed her my penis so many times. Ewan McGregor probably has the most stuff coming up right now. He's got Obi-Wan obviously coming up. A movie called Raymond and Ray with Ethan Hawke. He's playing the voice of Jiminy Cricket in Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Oh my God.
That's got a ton of people in it.
It's going to be like 4 hours long. It's going to be like nothing like it.
And of course, Ron Perlman is in it. That's confirmed.
As Pinocchio's nose.
Yes. Every now and again, I'm telling a lie. But no,
this guy's cool.
Yeah. Kate Blanchett, Christoph Waltz, Ron Perlman, John Turturro, and Tilda Swinton are all in that.
John Turturro's coming back, ever since
should have never gone away.
In Bruno there.
Yeah.
What was that one? What was the name of it?
I don't know. Bruno,
Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno.
Encanto.
Well, exactly.
Sorry, you've said Bruno multiple times today. I thought you were talking about the movie Bruno.
No, I'm talking about that guy Bruno. Yeah, he's at the bar all the time. Good guy.
We don't talk about him. So
we don't.
But General Grievous was supposed to be voiced by Gary Oldman. He dropped out of the movie because this movie worked with non-union people.
Oh,
and so
Lucas.
Well, because Lucas left the Writers and Directors and Producers Guild over the whole opening crawl thing back with Star Wars, with Empire Strikes Back. So he hasn't been able to work with union guys. Like, these guys, they're union, but they're not they're not SAG.
Because they're British?
Yeah, well, one's British, one's Canadian.
Oh, I wonder if and I'm sure they don't get flack for it. No. I wonder if the other actors are like, guys working on non-union movies, piece of shit.
Well, yeah. Well, and I'm sure there is that attitude, and it's probably really hard for him to get people. Like, that was why Spielberg couldn't direct Return of the Jedi when he was supposed to. Because he's a union director, and they couldn't couldn't fly. So
what the hell? Did they ever come out and say what lightsabers are made of? Like, what the hell is that?
Well, a kyber crystal passing through laser energy, focusing laser energy.
Oh, simple answer.
Yeah. And then some metal and plastic involved.
I'm sure the guy's got to get his arm chopped off, just like his fucking son.
Everybody gets their arm chopped off.
In the second episode. Yeah.
Well, I think that was just like a little more foreshadowing of him becoming mostly machine, right? More things that Ewan McGregor's in. He's got an animated movie called The Land of Sometimes with Helena Bonham Carter. It's a movie called The Cow that's apparently like a comedy it's a World War II pilot crashed in Germany, and with the use of like a cow that he finds, he helps him to escape the German army.
Oh my God.
And then
the cow played by Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, Jack Black. Come on, yeah.
We're getting out of here.
And then that was more Kevin Hart.
Yes, it was actually.
And then he's in Everest, which is coming out.
Everest?
Yes.
Oh my God. For the love.
This is where I think the biggest mistake that Lucas made was when he went with Jake Lloyd. Not because it was Jake Lloyd. They went too young. We talked about this the last movie. They shouldn't have started him out as a 10-year-old boy. They should have started him out as like what Hayden Christensen's age was in the last one.
Right.
Because I think like in this one, these guys have a good chemistry together. And if you would have been able to build that over 3 movies with the same 2 people, I think that would have done wonders for the movie.
You can't be in there saving a guy that turns around in a chair like that. Mm-hmm. Like, clearly he's evil. Come on.
Yeah. I saw it coming a billion.
He's like, wow, they left me all alone in this room strapped to the chair. I'm their prisoner.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uh-oh. So, Christopher Lee, because he was shooting pickups for Lord of the Rings, he had to shoot all of his stuff in 2 days and shot literally every shot on a green screen.
Yeah, it shows.
Yeah.
Oh, he did this right there. That's all him.
Yeah. But like literally they didn't have time to bring him out. This set hadn't been built because they had to push up his performance. So they didn't have this set for him to work on. So they just had to throw him in front of green screens.
That's how I throw my robe off every time.
That's the whole reason to wear a robe as a Jedi is for the ability to, like, I love
purple.
Yeah.
Red.
Yeah. Well, they're blue, but that's fine.
Yeah, bud.
There's only one purple lightsaber.
They're not
belongs to Mace
blue.
Windu. No, they are blue.
Let me look at little colors, bud.
Also, but also, how, like, I love Anakin's look in this. Like, the tunic thing that they gave him is badass looking. It's because he doesn't look kind of like the monk that everybody else does. He's got this. He kind of like gets to stand out on his own a little bit. B2 battle droids.
They're okay. I'll go with blue.
Yeah,
it's almost purple though.
Yeah, but it's also just like it's just common Star Wars fact that like Jedi lightsabers are blue or green. The only one who has a purple one is Mace
Windu, because he demanded.
That was an awful effect.
A lot of them are really bad so far.
Yeah, there are these little moves that are just really bad.
Like those droids shooting oil all over each other. That was pretty lame.
Yeah.
I do not remember this movie at all.
Really?
Not a thing.
So I said something to you before we did this. It's my only real hot take when it comes to Star Wars, and that is that I enjoy this movie more than I like Return of the Jedi.
That's fucking crazy
because
talk. Well, we'll get through this movie. Yeah. We'll see what I think.
And my argument for that is that this movie is the tragedy, right? This is like so much happens in this. This lightsaber fight by itself. Ooh. Yeah, this lightsaber fight by itself is better than the lightsaber fights in
any of them.
In any,
well, the beginning scene was really good.
Mm-hmm. The beginning scene was a big there. Yeah, and it's the culmination of, again, like if you want to really enjoy this, yeah. And and this is the other thing. They made the perfect decision there, which I'll get into in a little bit too. But this is the culmination of, if you want to enjoy this trilogy, thinking about it as Palpatine's story, where he is manipulating all the things, because he's the reason the Clone Wars started.
He's the chess master.
Mm-hmm. He's the reason he was made Chancellor, because he manipulated everything to get sympathy to do it. He's the reason that he got emergency powers, because he started the Clone War behind everybody's back. And then he's the reason he gets to become the Emperor and wipe out all the Jedi in one move. But
what do you think of that whole him coming back? I thought it was super cool when the ships broke out of the planet. I thought that scene was so like ridiculous, but so cool.
I liked it. But here's the other thing too, because this is what my big thing with the more toxic Star Wars fans. It's so stupid he came back. He's so stupid he came back. We're the same people when all of the expanded universe stuff became legends and were like considered like not part of Star Wars anymore.
Like not canon.
It's not like, it was never technically canon, but it was a part of the Star Wars universe. It was the expanded universe. And
this guy's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And so they were like, oh, why can't we have those stories? Why can't we have those stories? Two of the main things that happen in those stories, one of them, Luke has the ability to astral project, which they complained about like crazy in The Last Jedi.
Why wouldn't he? I see if all the shit they could do, why not?
And the other thing, the Emperor comes back a few times in the thing. Like there's literally, and with not very many, the first one is, I made clones of myself. And that was it. And then so he's doing whatever, and he tries to get himself moved into another body. And he's trying to get himself moved into Leia's unborn child's body. And then the next story that comes along, they're like, the Emperor's back, but that's impossible. We destroyed all his clones. He's like, not all my clones. And like that was like that was it. I was like, so the fact that, because like
the one that they left alive as he's flying off, he says, not all of them.
It's kind of like that one in Multiplicity. How you doing, Dave? Hey, Dave, look at me. How do I look?
It'd be like if somebody is like one of the G.I. Joe bad guys drove off after the battle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Next time.
You got it. But the idea that he created Snoke, like literally he made it. It's not a clone, but he was like controlling Snoke literally like a puppet. So it was irrelevant that he got killed.
Right.
And while he was trying to gain his own, like he was still on life support, right? He was essentially dead. And like basically the Force keeping him like conscious. And I was like, I thought that was if you're going to do it, it was the best way to go about it. I probably didn't necessarily have to do it. It would have been cool. I still think, like, again, if I want to make my version of the movie, I would say that Snoke was actually Darth Plagueis, who was like in disguise, didn't get killed by the Emperor. And he was like taking back his mantle. You know what I mean? But it didn't happen that way, and yet I don't hate the movie for some reason. Like, holy shit.
Ooh. That got some good action going on.
Mm-hmm. I love, and like, I will ride or die. I will ride or die for Ian McDiarmid. He is so good as Palpatine.
Oh, he's the man.
He's so good. And
that was him in the other ones, right?
Well, yeah. Well, he was in not Empire Strikes Back originally. He was in Return of the Jedi, and he was in the rest of this trilogy. But they actually shot his stuff and replaced the person who played the Emperor in Empire Strikes Back in that one scene. It's one of my favorite lines from this, as far as them having their own like buddy thing. Ray Shields, we're smarter than this. Yeah. Apparently not.
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck? How did we just get caught in this thing?
But this is what I think is the most genius decision behind this movie, because in the previous movie, you know, Anakin's all whiny and he's like, I didn't get this, so I'm mad, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, this is how he's going to turn to the dark side, as being an emo bitch. But
so they all do, bud.
But they did the best thing. He has gained the wisdom of a Jedi. He's using his brains. He's using his, like, you know.
Does Obi-Wan know that he fucking chopped off Buddy's head?
No. He was unconscious when it happened, and then they done. I'm sure he'll find out that he died later. That was unnecessary.
What?
The droid goes by and he goes, excuse me, and then he gives him the things. He's like, you're welcome. It's those little additions that it's like those ones drive me nuts.
What are you talking about? It adds character.
It's something, but again, you're in the middle of like having these two guys meet for the first time, and then you're just interrupting them.
What's with his cough? He's got some robo flu.
Apparently, if you want to like tell it through the story in the Clone Wars cartoon, Mace Windu damages him because he's got like his organs are all in like a sack in the middle of that stuff, and I guess he like force gripped him and crushed his things. So that's why the wheezing is, or at least that's how it was originally written.
R2 just went full like in Mario Kart 8 when you get everything. You know what I mean? They're all circling you. He just went full on.
100%. I don't know what to turn on. Turn on everything.
He just fucking lost it.
I do greatly appreciate that. Why does this Astro Droid have a space to hold the lightsaber?
Of course he does.
Yeah.
Because you remember he shot it to Luke.
Oh no, I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm not like saying that it doesn't like fall into some continuity. I'm just saying that it's like, why would you like his entire job as a Astro Droid is to be on the outside of ships fixing them when they're broken. Why would?
Maybe they added that.
I loved these droids too. They were pretty cool. Like to have something that can kind of duel with them.
Yeah. Like he's all kind of hunched over, kind of. What's his name?
General Grievous.
Oh, Grievous, with like 5 lightsabers. Yes. So he's a Jedi.
No, he's not a Jedi. He says he's been trained in the Jedi arts by Count Dooku, and then I guess they kind of retconned it a little bit because everybody's like, well, he's a Jedi. If only a Jedi can wield a lightsaber, which they sort of did in Book of Boba Fett,
right?
And like with the Darksaber, how he could barely lift it and stuff like that. But so then they I guess they retconned it by saying like the Sifo Dyas, the former apprentice to the
that
Emperor.
Guy's gonna be a Comic-Con. Yeah.
Which guy?
I just saw him walking. Remember who's gonna be there? The guy that was inside Greedo.
Greedo and
it could be anybody.
Yeah, the guy inside Greedo, the guy inside General Akbar. Or Admiral Akbar, sorry, and who else? Oh, Daniel Logan, who played young Boba Fett in these movies, is going to be there.
Cool.
Which he was actually, there was a part in the script where he was actually going to be the one to kill Mace Windu. That's one point.
Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, because Mace Windu chopped off his dad's head. And so they were going to have it, but then they were like, oh, like to have a kid kill Mace Windu is supposed to be like on Yoda's level as far as like power and stuff like that. And there's actually arguments that he's more powerful than Yoda, and it's in terms of being like a duelist and stuff like that. So
they need to come up with like the cards with the stats.
Yeah.
Who's the most powerful? What's their power level? Yeah. What's their stamina? What's their special move?
I think like probably Battlefront probably covers some of that, but it doesn't cover a lot of the it doesn't cover enough of the characters, probably. Well, not probably, definitely.
Like lines like that.
Yeah.
Like how can you get, now we're really picking up speed. You know what I mean? Like what?
George
God,
Lucas was a next level bad dialogue writer, and he's always been that.
And
bad.
it's like now, and then everybody gets mad at this guy because nobody can say the line because it's like so fucking dumb.
And that's the thing. And like that goes all the way back. Like they used to make fun of him, but it's like, and I fully understand because I feel it, the way you want to defend the guy who like brought this stuff into your childhood and stuff like that. But it's also okay to say that somebody wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
And it's like his imperfections were charming. Like it's like, okay, the silly things made it good, and that's fine. But then for the other guys to come and make another sequel that they want to tell this different story, they're like, it's not the same. It's not supposed to be the same.
Yeah, you want to see the same thing over and over and over again. But then when it is the same, then they complain about that.
If anything, I was going to say, if anything, we probably could have done with less of the characters from the other trilogy.
Just so far, it's been one big, long action scene, pretty much. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Very CGE, but whatever.
You weren't
supposed to do, right?
You weren't going to escape that because once he discovered digital, like
that was
digital over film, it was never not going to be that.
He hasn't. Has he done anything else since Star Wars?
No.
You thought he'd come up? You think maybe he'd come up with something?
I was looking at his stuff, and he has like 10 more writer credits coming up, but they're all Star Wars things, and it's all based on characters created by. So it's like,
with all this free time, maybe he'd come up with a new sci-fi epic or something, right?
And anything.
Yeah,
it didn't have to be a
whatever. But
the problem is he sold Lucasfilm. Like everything that he has.
Somebody would hire him. He could be like, hey, it's me.
Yeah, no,
absolutely.
Like,
sure.
But it's like, it's like the weapon he has behind making his movies like belongs to somebody else now. So I was like, I get it. But he is so fucking, Ewan McGregor is so fucking good in these movies.
He's the man.
And it's still like, it's just one of those things where.
It's because he's a great actor.
Yeah, well, yes, but also he knew the assignment. Like he knew exactly what he was supposed to be, how he was supposed to act, and he did it. He actually requested from Lucasfilm a looped video of all of Alec Guinness's performances. I was almost going to say Alec Baldwin. It was in the back of my head.
Alec Baldwin.
But which would have been great if he goes A, B, C, always be cloning. but the
oh fuck me, there's Jar Jar.
Jar Jar. Sam Jackson, another guy who's got so much shit coming out right now. He's going to be in that Paws of Fury, The Legend of Hank, which is that Blazing Samurai, the animated version of Blazing Saddles that they're making. He's in Matthew Vaughn's spy film Argyle that has Henry Cavill, Bryce Dallas Howard, Sam Rockwell, Bryan Cranston, Catherine O'Hara, John Cena. He's going to be in The Marvels, the sequel to the Captain Marvel sequel that's also going to have Ms. Marvel in it. He's starring in the Disney Plus series Secret Invasion. Is it Secret Invasion? Yeah, it's Secret Invasion.
Freaking out.
Sorry. Yeah, I know you've been you've been doing that.
I hope a wrist or something.
I hope you don't die. He's in the movie called The Piano Lesson, The Kill Room with Uma Thurman, and then Fada Mucka with Ryan Reynolds.
That's all Sam Jackson.
That's all Sam Jackson.
Dear
in, like the next couple of years.
Take a break, bud.
No, bless them.
These guys get like.
Oh, can I also say fuck you to the Academy for giving him a. Sorry, I really apologize for interrupting.
I don't give a fuck. Who cares?
But the Academy they gave him a Lifetime Achievement Award and fucked it off to like the pre-show. Like it was like a dark match. Yeah, you know how they do the Academy Awards the week before with all the
technical
shit?
awards.
Yeah, they gave him a friggin' Lifetime Achievement Award like days before. And it was like given to him, like I was like, what are we doing? Like, if anything, like it's like we made sure to get animated short in there or whatever. But like, but
I guess anything that wasn't like, hey man, they're shutting her down for time, bud.
They're making too many big changes because the ratings are going down. People just in general don't give a fuck about award shows.
Yeah,
what they need to do, double down, go longer, put them on the internet. Anybody who wants to see them can go and watch them. Like you can watch them live. So like say they make a deal with like Amazon or whoever and you can watch them there.
It needs to
or even on Oscars.com.
It needs to just like not even a show, you just get your award. Yeah, totally. If not, they just need to make it a lot funner of a show.
Yeah.
Like it's so sticky and pompy and like really it's like make it fun. Make it like a skit show and lots of acts and songs and then throw an award out. And
all the Academy wants is a celebration of film, and there's no separation that says it has to be a celebration of film that can't be fun. Like the MTV Movie Awards, while they weren't talking about the biggest and best, like they weren't going to be doing like the movies that were nominated.
No, they do like best on-screen kiss, best action movie, best actor,
the stuff that happens in between, like the interactions between the host and other people, and like little things like why could those two things not collide?
A celebration of cinema online, Joe.
I know that would make a lot of people mad, but why? But a celebration of cinema on TV, what's the difference?
Right, exactly.
Right?
It's closer to the movies than the internet.
Yeah, I guess. The screens are potentially bigger.
Exactly.
Because you don't want to be able to watch it on your phone, even though you can absolutely do that.
Where are we now?
So we've now landed on Udapow. This is George Lucas finally getting this out. Udapow was actually the name of Tatooine in Star Wars in the original draft. So that got changed because they're like, it sucks. Then Udapow was going to be the name of Naboo. And they decided
he was just like obsessed with this name.
He kept bringing it back, and then it kept getting changed for whatever reason. I'm curious what would have happened with if Gary Oldman would have voiced him in Seded. I don't think he would have gotten much out of that. I think this is a Groot situation where it's not really that relevant who did it.
Right. Agreed.
Because he's got the dialogue that he has to deal with. I cannot remember the name for the life of me of the guy who did the voice, but he's a guy who just worked for Lucasfilm. He's not an actor.
He's just okay. You want to be this guy's voice?
Yeah, and
he does all right.
They did that shit all the time.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, like Ben Burt, who's like one of their special effects guys, voices every droid.
Yeah, I don't think that. Well, he better be getting 2 paychecks.
Yeah.
They're like, no, it's in your contract.
No doubt.
Talk to your union. Look at this.
Coruscant
Tokyo.
looks amazing. If you actually go down to, because the thing is, you're only looking at the top of buildings. Those, like, if you go all the way down to the ground, it's like thousands of more stories of these buildings.
Yeah, they're way up there.
They're way up there.
I don't understand how the traffic works.
We talked about that back in the day.
It just blows my mind.
Yeah.
But they got it. They got to work it. Yeah. I feel like the further down you go, then there's going to be like the smog cloud, and then it's going to be like in Blade Runner, where they're actually still driving vehicles with wheels. They'll be like, oh my God, that thing runs on gas.
Idiots.
Oh, poor you.
This?
Look how young she is.
I know. Good for her, though. She's coming back after a kind of a nasty breakup with Marvel. She's going to be Thor.
Oh, it's all good for money. It's like McMahon.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. It's good for business. Come on back.
Yeah. Well, but I think, too, like I think Marvel made a lot of moves that they weren't making then that kind of upset her because, like, they didn't have any female. Oh
my God.
George Lucas's love dialogue.
So love has blinded you?
Yes. George Lucas's love dialogue suggests to me he's never been in love.
Clearly. Uh-oh. So, she gives birth to a glowing lightsaber, rips her apart halfway through birth.
So this is another piece of Palpatine's like manipulation too. He's placing all these
baby.
Well, he's placing all these little like things in him, and it's worth noting because I mean they suggest it in this movie. They outright said it in an original draft, and they confirmed it in one of the comics or something like that. The Emperor is the reason he was born because you know how his mom was impregnated, but there was no father.
Right.
And it was
immaculate conception.
And then they were like, he was conceived by the midichlorians. No, the Sith learned how to manipulate the midichlorians to create life, and they made him he made her pregnant.
God.
And basically did like everything.
The midichlorians. Oh, here we go. Let's get some more of this amazing dialogue in here. What's up, baby?
So she's got some movies coming up. She's in May, December with Julianne Moore. She's in an animated series, I think it is, called Foxy Trotter. And then another movie called We Are All Completely Beside Ourselves. See, like, and let's go back to, because I just watched episode 1 with my son. And again, I'm looking at this little boy, and even though she's supposed to be playing young, clearly an adult woman.
Yes.
And he's like, I've been in love with you ever since I was a little boy who couldn't get a hard on. Like, you know, like that was
sure that's what he
like,
said. Yeah.
Again, but if he was Hayden Christensen and a slave who was like maybe playing as 16,
right,
that would have been a billion times better. Because she was playing like 16, 17, something
right,
like
because
that.
when he was a kid, she was still like the same age.
Yeah, but like, well, and
it's like a soap opera.
Yeah.
They have a baby. Next season, he's 25.
Yeah, but then they don't fuck. That becomes the problem.
Uh-oh.
You wrote
Yoda's baby.
Yeah. Oh.
It's going to be like an episode of fucking Jerry.
A condom I didn't wear.
Green sperm I am. Yes.
Corkscrewed is my penis. But he put on like 26 pounds of just muscle in this too.
Pure muscle.
Yeah. He doesn't have like a lot of shirtless scenes or anything like that, but you can see he's made himself
like, it's like when they hire you for Marvel, like you automatically like have to.
I want to play the most ridiculous superhero just for the weight loss.
Exactly, just for them to give you the tools, right? And that's you got to get into. I just want to be that one character. Like if they hired Jack Black, I'm sure he wouldn't do it. Yeah, he'd promise he wouldn't need to show up on set. It'd be just the same as he always is.
Did you gain weight? He's got like this big bushy beard. He's like,
oh, there he is.
Yeah. So, and I like this too because like this is the hard road, and this is where people would definitely draw the line between like choosing the Jedi or the dark side, because it's like you said, like the Jedi have harsh views on things.
It sounds like shit.
It's like those, but it's like that hard religion, like being a monk or something like that. You have to give up a lot.
It sounds like shit. Mm-hmm. It's like you can't love anybody. You can't do it. It's like this fucking blows. Mm-hmm. I also disagree with the all CG Master Yoda. Unless he's jumping around doing anything, it should be a puppet. He's sitting right fucking there.
I agree.
Like, come on.
I agree. At the very least, we never lost Frank Oz.
Yes. Is he still going?
Well, he voiced Yoda all the way up to, there's a video game about Galaxy's Edge, like the Disney place.
Right.
There's a video game about it, and he voiced Yoda in that. And I'm pretty sure he voiced Yoda in the If You Make the Lightsaber.
When you go into the motel and spend all your money.
I'm never going to that motel.
You're such a liar.
That I cannot justify that.
I don't know how anybody can. I heard they're having a hard time booking it.
Yeah. So this is it. It should have always just been a hotel. Just another like
a cool place to stay.
You could have charged like $300 a night to go to that hotel, and everybody could have been in character, and you could have had like every Saturday this one thing happens that they're doing on the thing. But it's like they made it too high end. All the food is like too frou-frou and snooty. You have to be a part of all these different things. You can't even like wander around like a cruise. Like where it's like,
like you're stuck as your character.
Yeah, like you have to be present.
Guess who my character is? Space janitor.
Yeah.
See ya. I'm going to the space bar because my shift is done.
Yeah. I'm playing a chronic masturbating Trandoshan.
I'd have to like specifically be like, okay, so I want my character is part amphibian, so I have to be near water or in water, like all the time. But I also, because I'm almost 100% like water, I need to be drinking constantly. By the water. Is that my character? Yes. Great.
What's your character's name? Cabo San Lucas.
Sammy Hagar does my theme song at all times.
Yeah. So,
there's a lame ass Scar. That's why his bitch likes him.
It's funny too because
I like to use scars.
This is another thing too that really have always bothered me about George Lucas. George Lucas put his heart and soul into the first Star Wars movie to the point where it almost killed him, and then he had to give up a lot of his power. Good. And then this one comes around, he does absolutely everything to the point where he's burning himself out. Openly admits he doesn't give a fuck about most of it. Like they asked him about that scar. Somebody just asked because they were like, "Oh, we noticed his scar." They were like, "So what happened with that scar?" He's like, "I don't know. Ask the makeup guy. He gave him a scar." Like it was just like.
Something happened. He was in a battle. He's got a scar, so he scarred him up.
So, when you think about J.J. Abrams or Ryan, like all these different guys, they gave way more of a shit about Star Wars at the time they were making those movies than George Lucas did when he made any of these movies.
You got to break it down, man. You can't to put it all on yourself. Like, Jesus, you're going to like, because then shit like that happens. What about that? I don't fucking know. Whatever.
If he would have still been Union and he wrote the movies and produced the movies and had somebody else come out and direct these, I think they would have been a million times better.
Yes.
Because, well, think about Indiana Jones. It was like they were consistently... Like, it was like one kind of consistent thing because he got Spielberg to do them.
That's right.
You know, say what you will about
I'm surprised that the movie was allowed to be made.
Kiari Monday, baby.
You know what I mean? So I guess if you have the money, you can use non-union actors and still have your movie come out in theaters.
Oh, of course. It's just...
how can the movie come out then? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, because the union has no attachment to distribution or anything like that. It's literally, we are the union, so therefore these are the rules.
Right, you can't do this, you can't do that. You're right, right.
So it's like, once you've removed that, you just make a movie, right?
Do you think that Queen Amidala allows young Skywalker there to finger her with his robot arm?
Yeah, well, I mean, they are married, and she's pregnant with his child, so yeah, probably.
Think she's into it?
Yeah.
It's like, use your robot arm again. It's so cold and lifeless.
He could probably use the Force and just be like, vroom, 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 vroom.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't even have to be in the room.
Yeah.
He's fucking in the other room playing a video game, getting her off. Like Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah. Well, it's like that one bit where he's in the opposite room in episode 2, and she's like, "Don't worry, I can sense everything that's going on." And he's honking her boobs,
honking on Bobo.
Mm-hmm.
What are they fucking yakking about now? So, the universe is in trouble, blah, blah.
This is actually another thing, too. We've talked about the subject more than once, but this is a textbook grooming scenario. A man who took a very young boy under his wing and manipulates him constantly.
Teaches him how to play with his lightsaber.
But he's like, basically, he's setting up a scenario where the Jedi are going to have to come after him. And this is actually a real political thing, too. So just in the climate that we're in now, it's a hey, this is going to happen. They're going to do it, even though I'm the one secretly making them do it. And then when he does it, see, I told you this was going to happen. I told you. It's like, I've been telling you for decades that this was going to happen.
But then I made everything happen so that it does happen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Yeah. See,
groomers out there, watch this movie.
Yeah.
This will teach you how to do it proper.
There you go.
They'll think it's their idea.
Learn a big lesson.
Wait, you know what? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did want that to happen. Yeah.
Oh, something we missed from earlier when he killed Count Dooku. I guess there was a scene where Palpatine tells him that he found out that Dooku was the one who ordered his mother kidnapped.
Lies.
Yeah.
Filthy fucking liar.
Yeah. Well, because he wasn't going to kill him. Because it wasn't just do it and then he does it. He said no, he's the one who did it. So he made him get angry to do it instead of just be like calm.
Why does every movie in this universe have to be like this? Why can't we have it in the Star Wars universe, but it's like directed by Woody Allen and it's just like a talker? You know what I mean? Space things are going on outside the window. What are we doing?
Two Mandalorians on the couch.
What are we doing here in this whole thing, you know?
This guy still thinks you can just take off your mask.
It stars Woody Allen and Larry David.
Oh my God.
As both Mandalorians.
I just wanted some soup. That's what it was. Let's give it a soup.
Is Woody Allen still alive?
Mm-hmm. Still alive. Still a child molester.
No, not anymore. She's an adult.
I was talking about just the child.
That, look at that big old Wook.
That's a good Wookiee. If you haven't, so you didn't finish
Boba Fett. No.
The Wookiee in Boba Fett is amazing.
He's wicked.
Chrysanthemum is
he was badass. Good. I liked him.
Actually,
I'm gonna watch some other tonight. I totally forgot. I forgot Moon Knight was out. I gotta catch up here, man.
You gotta catch up. Well, every time I tell you about those things, you're always like, I've been off, so I've been away, so I gotta catch up.
Yeah, exactly. It gives me something to do. Wrestling is first.
Yep.
Then masturbation, then crying, then Star Wars, then crying.
Yep.
Look at that fucking hat.
I like this too because this is like basically the conversation that is happening every day on Twitter. hey, do we think that maybe like these guys who are saying that the deep state is happening, do we think maybe they're the deep state after all? And he's like, you sound like
you sound like a separatist.
You know what I mean?
Get him.
So somebody who was in this movie originally and got cut out of the movie, it's argument. There's an argument as to why she was cut out of the movie, but Bai Ling was in this movie.
No.
And had some scenes.
She refused to put her boobs away.
The claim was that the fact that she posed for Playboy between this and the movie coming out was why she got fired. George Lucas said no, she was cut out of the movie way before she posed for Playboy.
Yeah, because she's just terrible.
So it was like they cut her entire story. So it was like, I just remember when you were a little boy and I could pick you up and hold you in my arm. Like, see, like that's the thing. It's not
Japan, 1999.
It really does look like that, though, doesn't it? This is one of the scenes I absolutely love.
Oh, is it Jennifer Grey?
Yeah, no.
Oh no, she's in the new one.
She's in Boba Fett.
Man, wow, what a sexy alien mama.
There's actually, if you're looking around, George Lucas is here and his daughters are here somewhere. I don't know where.
God. Hey, there's Octopus Head from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. There was word that Ewan McGregor wanted to play one of the Red Guards. Nobody ever confirmed whether or not he did play one of them. So
that's a cool suit.
It is really cool. So this is one of those things because, again, something they did, sound design in this movie was so fantastic where, like, so you have this roar, but it's actually like something that's going on.
Right.
But it's also this like kind of deep, dark whatever that's going on at the same time, right?
Like, what are these people watching?
It's
like floating bubbles or something.
Yes. No, it's a
it's like Monster Jam only with big bubbles.
Yeah.
Oh fine. I was just getting into it. Just getting to the main event.
It's a Mon Calamari opera.
It looks like
they called it Squid Lake.
Ooh. Oh, there's like they're moving from bubble to bubble.
Yes.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It's like being inside a lava lamp.
Pretty much.
The play.
Lava lamp. Yes. Finally. If you can make a battleship movie or a boat
or an emoji movie, yeah.
God, emoji.
I think the poop emoji should have his own separate movie.
Yeah. Hey, Poop Emoji was played by Patrick Stewart, so it could happen. That's legit.
I know. You're slick, Palpatine. You're real slick.
See, it's these scenes that make the movie, like there's so much action and stuff in the movie, which is awesome, and it would have made it fine on its own, but it's these scenes that were missing from the other two movies that make everything. Like, this is the manipulation. This is like, he's 100% on the light side.
Not anymore. Not if you chop Buddy's head off.
Yeah. No, but even still, he was following. Hey, you just sort of touched my butt.
Sort of?
Yeah. Oh, there it is. By the way, my asshole was near my hip. But,
I don't know if I like fucking. Oh, my arm was like throbbing out.
If you're having a heart attack, we have like an hour or so in this movie before I'm going to call
If I have a fucking heart attack, just keep going without me.
Yeah.
It's bound to happen.
Tip you over and center myself. Unplug this.
Like I said, I was going to the gym, but man, I think I slept on my damn arm around my bitch ass wrists. Just can't even jerk anymore.
Wrist. Go lefty. It's fine.
Jesus Christ.
See, I love this stuff. He takes from a lot of Shakespeare stuff too. I guess he said he took a lot from it was like Henry V and Othello and stuff like that when it came to playing Palpatine in this. But
yeah, because the dialogue really is that. Oh,
well, no, but he's like in terms of, again, the tragedy and the
yeah, accept themselves.
This is where he really falls into like that really good slot for being Darth Vader, because like the way you hear Darth Vader talk and the way you hear him as an adult talk here,
right?
Like it lines up. That is like, okay, yeah, I could see that would be his kind of like tone and.
Oh, he's talking shit about the Jedis.
Yeah. So now he's teaching them some dark side stuff, and it's just these little.
It's a Sith legend.
This is why I love Knights of the Old Republic, the game. There's so much like Sith lore.
I think they're coming out with that game redone.
Yeah, like super high def.
Yeah. And the Switch is getting it. The other ones.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that a lot. But it's still to this day my favorite It might be one of my all-time favorite. I would say maybe
Like
top
Star
5
Wars
all-time
games.
favorite
I
video
think it's
games.
up there for every. I've never played it, but from reading, it's like people love the game.
Well, because,
absolutely love it.
Well, because it's got two things. It's got that you can choose light or dark side. So you can choose, like, you can replay it and have a completely different story 20 times. So many stories and things like that. Like so many like side quests and all that. The only thing they need to change, or I would like it if I could redo it for myself, make it more open world, like almost like a GTA where you can go and interact with these people and do this, and not have the turn for turn fighting.
I like that open world.
But like, wouldn't it be, because it's open world technically, but I don't like turn for turn fighting and role playing games.
Is he Plagueis' apprentice?
He was Plagueis' apprentice.
So he killed Plagueis.
So he killed Plagueis. And that's the thing is, this is again a little bit more of the grooming is he gets like, you see this like sexual pleasure. I know I'm like interpreting a bit out of this, kind of like you would like at a book club or something like that, right? But you can see he has this perversion about him when it comes to the dark side, because he does it again later.
Well, because when you could see when he was talking there, that was actually a pretty good scene. Mm-hmm. He was like, they're telling him about Plagueis and how he could actually save people from death or whatever. Yeah. And he was like, well, he's like, the dark side of the Force has a lot of different branchways to different things that people think are unnatural. Yeah.
And it's so good. And because the whole thing, he put in his mind that his wife is going to die in childbirth.
Right.
And all he wants to do is not lose her.
Right.
And then he goes, oh yeah, by the way, my side, you can kind of do that. Hey, look who's back. Chewie.
Is it him?
Yeah.
I was looking at the other guy. I thought it was Buddy from the new show there.
No. Although it could have been. I like this too. I want to be. These boardrooms kind of exist now. Yaddle's gone, if you noticed.
But he had to go take a shit.
No, Yaddle is a female version of Yoda.
Well, she had to go take a shit.
It's a Yodette.
How often do Yodas have to poop? Or do they?
I would assume all the time.
Do they use the Force to get rid of their poop?
I would actually think probably. I would assume like being around him for any real length of time.
Poop my poop, you will.
Yes.
And you're like, that's my superhero power, by the way.
Oh God.
I give the other person my shit.
Why do you always?
I'm going to rumble the Avengers.
See, there's Chewie.
And I just throw him in there for 5 fucking seconds.
No, he's in it again. He doesn't even mention that it's Chewbacca. We just know.
Because his straps.
Mm-hmm. They actually, in an early version of the script, you were going to meet a 10-year-old Han Solo who lived on Kashyyyk with Chewbacca. And they decided to...
Fucking Wookiee battle that.
They decided to scrap it because like they kind of lessened how much was going on with the Wookiees. But originally, I guess young Han was going to find like a secret like communications channel that the bad guys were using or something like that. And
what do they want with this place?
It's just a strategic system for like fighting for the galaxy.
So they want to put their base there or something, right? But the Wookiees live there.
That's unnecessary. So this was the thing.
That is unnecessary.
This is another thing that I love this.
Woo.
Fuck, woo. But what's it called? Like that's something George Lucas has been fighting for forever because he wanted Wookiees for Return of the Jedi.
For
that was
the Ewoks.
That was going to be Endor.
Right.
That's actually why the holiday special took place in Kashyyyk, so you would get used to the idea of a world of. So this is actually the last time that Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi are together. Like this is their goodbye, and that because the next time he sees him, he's Darth Vader.
Whoa. Doesn't he see the dark side brewing in him? Isn't he supposed to be like his teacher?
Yeah. This is the most fundamental flaw in the prequel trilogy, especially. We're gonna get to it. And the line is the worst line in all of Star Wars.
That is saying something.
And it is actually there's two that are like both of them together are kind of like ish.
Yay.
Well, one of them they've kind of already said where they're like, I think it's time to tell the council that like our ability to use the Force is diminished, which is basically them saying, oh, we're not going to be able to see Palpatine coming. But then there's another one where like, isn't Anakin supposed to be the chosen one? And that's when then it's like, so the prophecy says a prophecy misread could have been. Like, really? We're putting everything you put the entire trilogy on. You're now saying, we might have misread it. I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, I just kind of glanced at the headline. I don't know. Like, I couldn't get past the Jedi paywall.
Oh, I like this idea right here. This is cool.
Yeah, see,
And
to
it
take the
shoots you because they don't have the
Yeah.
ability to do like hyperspace or whatever
Yeah,
the fuck. Right?
I actually thought that was really clever. Actually,
yeah, that's pretty. Oh, commercial break. Here we are. We're back.
What energy? 5-hour energy. Save your energy with monster
Doesn't
energy.
he notice
drink.
he's not even? I swear somebody must be haunting my dreams because I have crazy fucking dreams all the time.
Yeah.
I think he's in the lobby reading a magazine. Oh no, he's playing a game.
Yeah, that's
Looks like a PS Vita.
I was just gonna say. Of course he has.
Look at that old pimp couch.
That is
The
a
more
nice
it
couch.
changes, the more it stays the same. That looks exactly like downstairs of like, somebody's 70s love lounge.
Yes. That would be a beautiful place to live, though.
Too much space. Not even a TV screen.
Yeah, but like, look
I'm
how
supposed to look at the
crammed in
fucking
a
window.
corner we are right now. We could use a little bit
Oh,
more
hell
space.
yeah. I wonder what TV's like in this future. Do they have
Yeah.
TV in Star Wars land?
They have the HoloNet.
Yeah?
Yeah, so
What
they
is
have
that?
it's access to news and entertainment and all these different things
Ah.
that passes through. Yeah, that's true.
No shit. It's not your baby either, you fucking idiot.
That'd be amazing.
It's Jar Jar's.
He drops the thing and he's like, yeah, like you little cuck and you whatever. And he's like, no. And that's the first no.
Let me say Jar Jar baby.
Wouldn't that be amazing? Jar.
He's got a huge cock. What a listener.
Yeah. That's the ultimate like fuck you twist to this.
No.
She has somebody else's baby and is like, whose baby? It's like, I can tell, like using the Force, I can tell I don't have a connection with this baby. Whose baby is it? Another guy comes out, he's like, hey, it's me. It's your estranged brother, Rick Skywalker.
Rick Skywalker.
And it's John Stamos plays him. And
Oh,
he's
it's
like,
gorgeous.
his hair's
What a
greased
gorgeous
back.
baby.
Oh my God.
What a
Gorgeous little Greek baby. I love when you see, like, that's very understated, like the extra the layers of planets and moons and whatnot.
Oh, we were here already. They're back
This
here.
is back on Udapow.
This looks like one of the big old worms, like dried up and died, and they took over inside the
Yeah.
fucking thing.
Well, essentially, because like even this stuff is made out of like bone. It looks like
Technobone.
Technobone.
Who's this guy?
That's one.
This
of the,
is like Buddy before they upgraded him.
yeah. So this guy, you won't recognize him to see him, but he was like the train man in Matrix, and he was in Mad Max, and like all those other things.
Big head here?
Yeah. But you know who I'm talking about when I say the train man in the Matrix,
Yes.
right? Yes. So
Did you see the new Matrix?
no, I haven't.
Did
watched it
anyone?
yet.
No one seemed to give a shit about it.
My sister saw it because she was at the premiere where
What'd she say
I think
of it?
Keanu was there. I don't know. I heard, but she said it was fine. Like it was nothing like like groundbreaking.
Right.
She's like, yeah, it was fine. It was a Matrix movie and it was done. But she was just like, she didn't meet, but she's like, Keanu Reeves was right there.
Right there. I remember I was in the same theater with Steve Martin during Novocaine.
That's awesome.
That's what I was thinking the whole movie. I was like, man, Steve Martin's in the same fucking theater as
I
this
would
man.
not be. I would not be able to like if it's somebody who I respect on that. Like Steve Martin is on my like top tier level of heroes.
I
Like,
should have mine too. I should have fucking left the seat, tried to find him.
Yeah. I thought long and hard, like, who are my top, like, if I have to pick my holy trinity of comedy, my holy trinity.
Oh, I was just thinking of like Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
It would be Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Yeah.
Steve Martin,
Mhm.
and before I can think of anybody else, I'll say Kurt Russell.
Okay. I was just thinking in terms of comedy. My holy trinity of comedy would be Steve Martin, Mel Brooks, Conan O'Brien.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
So, and Conan, because he has been a part of so many
Fuck that, man.
of the big things.
Dane Cook, Gabriel Iglesias, Carrot Top.
But
Boom.
Dane Cook again.
I love that whole thing with him because he was so fucking popular and everybody I knew had his CD. It was a double CD.
Yeah.
And it was him with a big sword and everybody loved him. And then everybody just fell off.
Yeah.
I don't know why suddenly they were like, oh, I don't like him anymore. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Well, some people fell off because they didn't like that he had apparently stolen jokes, but it ended up being
yeah, but nobody that was actually like that I knew that liked him knew that he stole jokes or cared.
I actually really respected. This is going to be a very weird thing to to say, because Louis C.K.
It was in the Louis C.K. Yeah,
and he did it on his show Louis. He brought him on, and they basically hashed it out in the script.
In the right,
where he's like, he even said, he's like, I know you probably didn't steal it, that you probably just like, you may have even heard of it and then just kind of thought it.
That's exactly.
Like, he's like,
I can see how that could happen.
It's like
that's why I try not to watch a lot of stand-up comedy.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be stand-up comic, so
I will never rip somebody off, but they still will say I ripped them off.
But that's actually what makes it harder, is because you'll accidentally rip people off all the time.
But at least there's no way I could word it the same way, right?
Yeah,
if I haven't heard it. Sure, there's only a couple subjects you can talk about now.
Yeah.
Trannies, Trump, and taxes.
Nice.
Triple G, bud. Mm-hmm. Oh, didn't you hear him land? Should have ripped a little fart when he
I love his perfect hello there to another droid.
His superhero landing needs work.
Yeah, he needed the big
something. You don't all have to do the power fist.
What I would have liked is like a lightsaber straight down.
Yeah,
that little. I didn't like his. This is my fight stance.
See, he needs to work on that too.
Yeah.
But if he was going to land and knowing he was going to fight, don't you think he could have chopped all these things off before and then let them land, and then he only got a couple guys to fight?
Here's a thought.
Like, he was way up there.
Yeah, he could have dropped probably like
all
30 or 40
shit.
guys.
Yeah, he's an honorable guy.
But he does have like a cocky Jedi. Excuse me, a cocky Jedi thing going on.
Or he could have landed and like blast wave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Blast wave shoots out.
I liked this idea. Also, like just having the 4 things. And then this happened because I was like, what part of Jedi arts is just creating a shield of lightsabers in front of you?
So he just stole. Cool. Are these the ones he's killed?
Yes.
He stole their lightsabers.
Yeah.
I like that. Look at that.
Yeah, that's really cool looking. But the so they designed him like when he's the 2-armed, he's actually got 6 fingers on each hand, and two of them are thumbs, so that when he breaks apart, he has 2 hands with 2 fingers in the thumb.
Ah.
So I was like, that's a nice little detail.
That is neat, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? My arm hurts. I'm never working out again.
Attaboy.
Forget it.
Well, see, that's what happened to my shoulder. I literally
it's coming from my elbow, but it's also my wrists. I'm like, what do I do? I didn't even do anything.
Yeah. It's the problem is I've got a messed up back, I got a messed up shoulders, and I got a messed up knee. I
listen
can't
to us old men,
right?
Complaining.
But, like most of my stuff has been since I was a teenager.
Well, you've been an old man since you were a teenager, for fuck's sakes. I'm actually getting old. I'm not used to it.
That's the truth. But
you're like Benjamin Buttons, only like you only stay one age.
I just always
this old guy.
I remember when I was like 9 years old in my cardigan and newsy cap, feeding the birds at the park. I didn't.
Oh, is he a lizard or something under there? What the fuck is that?
He was an alien of some sort, but
oh, that's it for you, bud.
I didn't like because they did that like dramatic zoom in on his eyes, but then they stayed on Obi-Wan's eyes like that, and you can tell that's not the shot they did, like just zoomed in on it. And I was like, oh, that looks awful. Like
when they do that pan and scan.
Yeah. Also, something to make very clear, this what we're about to see with him riding that little guy. This was there he is. This was like they ripped this off in Man of Steel. This happens. This almost exact thing happens in Man of Steel.
I like that circle thing. It reminds me of Steam Boy, this Japanime movie where kid rides. Oh man, it was so wicked.
Yeah,
but he rides one of those things. Jesus Christ, look at this lizard go!
I never give anime enough of a chance. People love it. So
it's good.
Much,
some of them are really good,
and that's the thing.
Some of them are really fucking dumb, like most movies or whatever. But you know,
yeah, that is just kind of the way of the world.
I think I am about to die. I just had a sudden craving for runny eggs.
Oh, nice. I like runny eggs.
Is that what happens before you have a raging heart attack that's so huge that anybody within 30 kilometers will also have a raging heart attack?
Well, I think like when Red Fox used to do that, like, oh, here I'm coming. Like,
baby.
He always used to ask for runny eggs during those bits. So yeah, I think so. An interesting...
Get the runny eggs, I'm coming, baby.
An interesting point for this too, all of the clone troopers you've seen, not one of them was a practical clone trooper. They never made one clone trooper outfit.
Yeah, and the funny thing too is there was one scene where there was 2 human beings standing back there in like suits, and I think they were CG.
Yeah,
it was like, what the fuck?
Well, but you know the main reason why? Because they're all Tamara Morrison. So
it's all
he's
gotta
not
be the same
on
dude.
set over and over again, and they're not like doing the green screen. So basically,
They
just
weren't Boba
CG.
Fett though; they were just workers.
No, they're not. Well, they're just all clones of Jango Fett, just like Boba Fett.
No, I'm saying, but those two dudes weren't.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh okay.
But I'm saying they were two individual dudes, but they were CG.
I'm with you. Okay.
I don't think you are.
No, I think so.
Woo, you're a hologram. Woo, oh my god!
I'm still on Biss. That's some Luke Skywalker astral projection joke for you.
Just say it. You know what? Even that's not. No, people are gonna call in and be like, "It was so dumb that he could astral project, and it was dumb that you said he could astral project."
He was on Biss still, guys. Biss, for people who don't know, in the expanded universe, it was literally the center point of the galaxy, and that's where all of the Emperor's kind of like stronghold was. It was right at the center of the galaxy, and Luke in like this is like this is like the sequel trilogy as it was kind of written up, because George Lucas was never going to do one, was that Luke to kill the Emperor turns to the dark side, and he's like, don't worry, like I'll be able to come back and do all that kind of stuff, but he like turns to the dark side and ends up like he ends up coming back, but it's like kind of that Willy kind of thing.
So when Buddy said that he could stop people from dying,
yes,
does that essentially mean he could bring people back from the dead?
No, he did. Well, what he said was the ability to create life, but then also includes the idea that he could stop people from dying. So he's actually now like, this is the hard part of this sale, because we want them to switch to the dark side. Eventually you have to tell them you are part of the dark side, and this is the coin. This is the big gamble now. Yep. You're like, okay, I'm shooting my shot.
This is it. We're at the point.
It's like you really want to date a girl that you've been friend zoning for the longest time, and you're like, here we go.
No, this is the moment where she tells you that she's a man.
Yes. So
his voice is changing too into the dark.
Oh, it's so
the
good.
more I talk about it, my pitch.
There's only one little moment in this where I'm like, ugh, for him, because there's one moment he's like, no, and I'm like, oh fuck, like it just.
See the big smirk he did too.
Yeah, that's me. See, that's the thing, and again, when you're so. And this is precisely why. This is why, like if you could have a Jedi here right now, like everything you've said about the Jedi not being able to love you, see, this is exactly fucking why we can't do that. Because the only reason he's turning to the dark side is because the woman he loves could potentially die in childbirth.
Yep. He's like, dude, then kill me.
What are these scars?
Who knows?
Or see, again, a little more like sexual perversion. Look at his. He's
getting off on it.
He does this so well, but it's 100% a grooming movie.
Oh, it totally is. I never thought of it like that. Actually,
I think of everything
much more erotic.
Mm-hmm. Like Shark Boy and Lava Girl, total grooming. Actually, it was
Boner Town.
Hello.
Jeez, I don't know how you're not sweating.
I'm hot. I'm
Christ.
So the movie cost $113 million to make.
That's not bad at all, actually.
Yeah, it made $868 million worldwide.
It's not bad, actually.
It's not bad at all. It was number one week one. Beat out Monster-in-Law, Kicking and Screaming, Crash, Unleashed, Kingdom of Heaven, House of Wax, The Interpreter,
Crash
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Guy. No, Crash and Unleashed.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that was Crash 2, where you really let the racists out to play.
I was like, what the hell?
Stayed number one when The Longest Yard in Madagascar came out. Went down to number 3, but still beat all the newcomers. Cinderella Man, Sisterhood of the Traveling Plants, and Lords of Dogtown. Went down to number 3, or stayed number 3 when Mr. and Mrs. Smith came out. Shark Boy and Lava Girl, Honeymooners, High Tension, and Howl's Moving Castle all came out that week as well.
That's a good fucking movie, man. Yeah. That's an anime.
Yeah, it went to number 4 when Batman Begins came out. Down to number 7 when Bewitched, Herbie, Fully Loaded, and Land of the Dead came out. Number 8 when War of the Worlds came out, and then number 10 when Fantastic Four came out. So like yeah, but I mean, people would have reason to be excited for Fantastic Four, like with other stuff that had been coming out. It's not their fault they blew it. I love this is one of my favorite moments here. He's down.
Do you think when they do Fantastic Four that the thing will be like when it was Michael Chiklis, or do you think they'll CG him? I think they'll CG him.
I think they'll CG him because if they want to make him the way this is my favorite.
He's supposed to be.
Yeah, this great moment here. Wait for it. He kicks him. I just liked it because it was realistic. I was like, he just kicked nothing but metal with his shin and it hurt him.
Oh, he's gone. Use your force power to jump up.
This
Big
is the
jump.
second, yeah, this is the second time he's done this. Actually, I'll have something to say about that in a little bit too, because that's
All right, his heart pad.
You betcha. We're actually quite late in this movie. This movie's going by a lot faster than.
Oh, look at him! He's lighting him up. He's got that heartburn, bud. That heartburn's a real killer.
That pop too. Ugh.
I think he should have lasted longer. He was too cool to die that fast.
Well,
like Darth Maul. That guy should have been through all 3 movies, man. What the fuck?
Well, he made it to Rogue One.
Fuck off.
What? But he did.
That doesn't count.
Of course it does.
That was like way before.
He had legs.
He
had legs again.
Like at the end.
Yeah.
I thought that was the green one. Like his bro.
No, that was not Savage Opress.
Is that his brother's name?
Yes. He was voiced by somebody really cool, too. I can't
Seth
remember.
Rogen.
Yeah. That would have been the best.
Oh, that was Eddie Murphy's.
I'm going to go smoke some weed. Like, nobody can do his laugh.
Right?
Like, he's even these guys. This guy, like, what is he doing?
He's like, we got 50 million more, but get a guy digging around.
Yeah. What's he doing?
Cleaning a drain hole.
That guy was literally just picking his teeth. He was just like,
yeah, I'm in the union.
And the fact that they might have been CG that makes it all the more better.
Exactly.
It was like
that guy.
It's like that's
a CG guy. That was the same thing.
But they
as before.
But is it not weird that they didn't even like? I would have green screened Tamara Morrison over and over again to have him.
You told me, Windu.
Yes.
So wait a second. So we've got.
So the Jedi.
He's in Marvel.
Yes.
Obi's not in Marvel, right? Yet.
Not yet. You have to say not yet to every
right. I'm trying to. I swear I saw somebody. Oh, Natalie Portman.
She's
in this list too.
I'm working on something right now that's about people who cross over like from $1 billion franchises. So then you have like Christopher Lee, who was in Lord of the Rings, and James Bond.
Christopher Lee's been in everything.
And then
Christopher Lee's an actor.
Yeah.
Then you hear these other actors who are jealous. They're like, oh, these aren't really movies.
This is another one of my favorite scenes. Steven Spielberg did a lot of like behind the scenes uncredited work for this movie. Mostly was around art direction and previs stuff because he was learning how to do because they had just started doing the digital previs stuff instead of like storyboarding and stuff like that. So he came to kind of like learn about it and that because he wanted to do it for War of the Worlds. So he came and he actually basically designed the fight. Like the big lightsaber fight at the end of
no
that.
Shit.
He's
like, you know what I'm here.
Yeah. He trained a bunch of like the people there, like saying, hey, this is what a director's going to ask of you. This is what you should be able to do. And like that sort of things. There were word that he actually directed little chunks of it here and there, but they're not allowed to say that one way or another.
Right. Because he's exactly.
So, but there were
rumors I like that he showed up because like Lucas is coming up with these new technologies.
Yep.
And he's like talking to his boy Spielberg. And Spielberg's like, yeah, let me come check that out.
I love their friendship so much. Like, again, what my favorite all-time making of documentary was the one for episode 1.
Right.
And there's this great scene where he's just taking him around the set on Naboo and they have all the battle droids and he's explaining what the battle droids are. And he's like, this is why they go clones, because these battle droids, they cut through them like butter. And so like,
he's fucking off.
Yeah. But I love that too. Somebody really misinterpreted that because they were thinking that Natalie Portman was
General Grievous.
No, but they're like, oh, she must also have force abilities too because she cries when like there's all that stuff going on. So she must have heard what the Emperor was saying to him and stuff. Like, no, she was just upset because she's worried about him.
Yeah, exactly.
So I love this scene. This is apparently the scene with the most different color lightsabers in it.
Oh, here we go.
Because you have all 4, like the 4 different color lightsabers are all available here.
Whoa,
yes.
Big spin move.
Oh, no, Eve Cuff.
Oh, that guy. Wow, what are you waiting for here? This old guy just rocked you. Like, what are you waiting for there, bud?
If you hurt Kit Fisto, I'll hurt you. No.
He says that every time.
Yes. Mhm.
Look at these old guys.
So,
Giver.
I know.
I like when, like back on the old ones too, where it's like a 2-second lightsaber fight.
Yeah.
Like
So-
Alec Guinness versus
Oh yeah, and it was
versus
literally
like Darth Vader.
Yeah, and the guy who did it too, they're like, oh, we got the guy who did all the old Errol Flynn, like the big swashbuckler things, and then it was literally just two guys going, jing, jing,
Yeah, it's because they
jing,
probably couldn't do it.
Well, that's it. And I'm like, so why did you bother getting
exactly? These guys can't do jack shit. Like.
Actually, George Lucas wanted to get Sammo Hung to be the coordinator for the lightsaber fights and stuff. Ended up not being the case, but speaking of good old Mace Windu here, there's been a lot of fan rumors that he might show up in one of these like upcoming Star Wars projects.
Shows.
But the
the way he holds his lightsaber.
Yeah, and the idea that like came up because I guess he was talking to Bryce Dallas Howard because they were just in a movie together, and he said to him, he's like, "You're directing Star Wars right now." He's like, "You want to put in a good word for Mace, maybe for being okay?" Because it's one of those things. It's like, and they're like, "You can't bring him back. He's definitely dead." I'm like, "How is he dead? Like, show me his body. You never see his dead corpse. He just falls. And that happens to everybody. See it again. Like this is. I told you this was gonna happen." But and to this point he's still on the Jedi's side. He's not necessarily believing that they're trying to take over, but he needs him whether he's bad or not because he's like, "You're still need your help."
Shit! He's got his lightning going on.
So I read a lot of weird theories because they said that he was like, "Oh, because his lightsaber's sideways, that's what's making it like deflect back on him." But it's the fact that he's using his power so greatly and it's being deflected at him from so close. That's why his face is being burnt. But like that amount of power.
This is what's ruining his face.
Yes. It's a very ugly version of his face. He's got a butthole.
No, he's doing this on purpose.
Yeah.
He's doing it to himself on purpose to make.
Yeah.
Listen to his own this is how you die. All right. Yeah. I'm dying.
Yeah.
I can feel I've only got 15 to 16 more heartbeats left. Oh, 14.
Yeah.
Oh, my skin is curling, my tongue.
Well, and it's also the only way to get the surprise because, I mean, like, Mace Windu is capable of beating him. But, this fight would have gone a lot longer, but this is him being able to, like, get the element of surprise, too. Yeah. So, yeah.
Look at him looking, eh?
Yeah.
Suddenly.
Yeah.
Now he's all for the Jedi way.
Well, he kind of
looks
always,
like the Exorcist right there.
He always was, though. Like that was like even when he cut off dude's head, he did that. He did that on the Chancellor's order because he was too dangerous to be kept alive.
He knew he doesn't get the ladies anyways. He's like, I'll get ugly to for the cause.
Yeah.
He's the man anyway, so you can get any women you want.
Oh, absolutely.
And if they don't, you just shock them.
That would be the best
if they did. Shocker.
Yeah, they do a he survives. He shows up in another thing. Then they do like a flashback episode. How did he survive? He goes flying out, does a couple backflips, lands in a speeder. He's like, "Sup, girl?"
I was hoping. It's funny because I was thinking that he would go smash through a window and land in a seat like at a bar or something, and then say, "Sup, girl."
Whoa,
what a day!
Or he lands, or he goes through a cab, and then it's Corbin Dallas. He's like, it's like, "Oh no, not again."
I'm not kissing you at the end of this.
They did a weird little lighting thing too. You see, they gave a glow to his eyes there. See, and this is the thing, and this is kind of what they've always said about the dark side. The second you say you're the dark side, it just flows into you, and then everything. It's like there's no good about you anymore. It's just all like
you're all evil.
Yeah, it's a very all-in kind of thing.
Well, you won't be living with her now that you're the devil.
Yeah. You never know. She might like bad boys.
As only one has achieved. What was Buddy's name again?
And this is the ultimate screw job. So he just said he was all the way in, and then he's like, "Oh, to cheat death." He's like, "Yeah, I don't really know how to do that, but we could probably figure it out."
Oh fuck!
But he's all in. Sorry, whose name? Who are you asking about?
The guy who did it.
Oh, Darth Plagueis.
Plagueis. He's like the Voldemort.
Yeah.
Did they only mention him here? Do we know more about him?
They wrote a book about Plagueis. They've never mentioned him in another movie, so it's again argument about canon and whatnot. But Oh, they've got a little synthesizing on his voice now. Darth. I felt really dumb.
Ooh, that was just something else.
That would have been amazing. It's just completely fucked. He's like, I wanted to redo the other trilogy anyway.
Right.
So I was like, your name is Darth Slam Dunk now. And this is something I didn't actually know, and it was just something not in my knowledge base. But I was watching, Pitch Perfect. And there's the bit where, like, sitting there, he's like, I watched Star Wars, I didn't see what the big deal was. He's like, you telling me, or Empire Strikes Back, he's like, you telling me that, like, you didn't have, like, this big moment when you found out that he was Luke Skywalker, or Luke Skywalker's father? He's like, no, his name's Darth Vader. It literally means father. It's the German word for father.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Oh, my God. No shit.
Yeah.
No wonder none of the Germans were surprised.
Yeah, exactly. No, they never look surprised by anything, though. They're sitting there, it's like, I am your father. Yeah. Das ist good. Das ist good.
Oh, fuck. Look at his, he's got totally Exorcist eyes.
His makeup looked like shit right until he put up the hood, and then he looks exactly the way he's supposed to. I was like, oh, okay, you did it. I love this.
Those evil Jedi.
But I love that because he's so... And then when Order 66 happens, which is actually a play on Order 9066, which was actually the president's order to put all the Japanese in internment camps during World War II.
Right.
So, like, it was kind of based on that. But, like, then that's when you see, like, if you weren't, or if that, like, cog wasn't already running in your head, that, like, everything has been him the whole time. He's like, he literally
set it up from day one.
It was like when you go back to the last movie and you're like, what's up with this clone? Like, what's these clone armies? He's like, I don't know anything about these clones.
I love that too. About? Like, he's just like, you know what? I'm all in.
Yep.
Now there's no, he's not even like, fuck it. No, maybe this is not the right thing.
Nope.
He's like, I said we're in.
Yeah. See, that's the
thing. My God, Wipeout, Vice, whatever. Yeah. Oh my God, they're going to compete on Wipeout.
Yeah. That would be amazing. But the thing about Sith is like, that's what they say, and they say it a million times. Once you go that way, forever does it dominate you, and it's like it basically pushes down. If you have good in you, it knocks it down so friggin' hard that you can't even.
Once you go black, you never go back.
Yeah.
What would it be? Okay, once you go Sith,
you know who you're with.
There you go. Yeah.
That's the next T-shirt.
Once you go white, don't put up a fight.
Ouch. Take that, Duke lacrosse team.
Once you go Asian, there's no more persuasion.
Yeah, all right. Once you go Irish, just kidding. You didn't do that.
Once you go Rish, there's no other dish.
Okay.
What else we got?
Oh, yeah. What other races can we boil down into this?
Once you go Muslim, well, before you get out the rest of the statement, someone's chopped your head off.
Yes. Ouch. That one's rough.
That one's rough. It's like Amy Schumer's joke.
Yes. Once you go Muslim, don't look down the barrel of Alec Baldwin's.
Exactly.
More CG.
Look at that awfulness.
It so does not hold up.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, thank you. It's so amazing, like that. Like, he was just picked to be Jango Fett, and it was just going to be a thing. Then he gets to be all these clones, and then he gets to be, and then it goes all the way back. They're like, we love him. He's awesome. He's like, how about he just be Boba Fett again? Yeah.
I love because he's like the only guy that can be like, I played more than 1,000 dudes in a movie.
Yeah. Truth. And there it is. That's Commander Cody from
really
also in Clone Wars.
This Lizard's really giving her balls here.
There he goes.
This is another thing that I've already stated about the Jedi that pisses me off.
What?
Is everything that they use is humans or live animals that end up getting murdered horribly for their own cause. But at least the bad guys use robots.
Yeah. But again, it's whose choice was that? It wasn't the Jedi's choice.
Was it Boba Fett's choice to be cloned a bazillion times?
No, it was. Well, actually, yes, it was. It was Jango Fett's choice.
That's his dad.
Yes, and he's the one who was cloned. Boba Fett was never. Boba Fett is a clone
of his own dad.
Yeah.
So then, would the other clones be considered Jango Fett's son?
Well, he just chose, like in the second movie, he just asked for an unaltered clone that he could raise. So theoretically, he could have raised any of the clones.
Right.
They age faster and stuff like that, though. So
Man, this movie's way too much CG.
It's Isla Secura.
Jesus.
She was actually she's not created by George Lucas. She was created in the comic books, but she was popular, so they put her in.
And then killed her instantaneously.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't this be cool if this was a real set? Some real big flowers fucking around?
Yeah.
Like,
but the thing is, too, like, it's very hard.
Oh, God. It's a good
like, when you're dealing with a big, like, project like this, imagine trying to justify building that set for that shot, like that, like 2 seconds.
Well, I thought maybe they were going to be rumbling around in there or something.
That would be different. And then I would say, like, if
I thought they were going to be
not Plo Koon.
Oh no, Plo Koon.
Now I'll never learn what that thing was on your face. I always get confused by this one. I'm like, are those her ears or her hair?
I don't know what the fuck's going on there.
Slam. But like,
like in a lot of the Lord of the Rings shots, like the stuff was really there, and then other stuff was CG, just to kind of ground it, you know, like.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They did some pickup shots for Kashyyyk, well, just to like get background plates and stuff. Like it's from Thailand and China and stuff like that, but they never actually shot anything on location.
Right.
They just took images. This is the only place they used good camouflage.
I think the coolest thing that's happened in movies, like I don't know everything. You know, I don't know everything that's going on in the technology. But watching the Disney whatever and that dome they have,
that is
the coolest shit.
It is by far the best thing.
Oh man.
But also think about this.
What do they call it? What's the name of that thing?
I can't remember the exact name.
Movie dome.
Yeah. Technodrome.
No,
but like imagine you could have a whole movie studio, and instead of having sound stages, you could have dozens of those like set up like pods. So then like literally you could be shooting scenes. So you could be shooting scenes with a person. You could have two side by side, shoot a scene here where you've got like props set up and stuff in the middle, and then all the things around the outside. Then literally walk over to the next one that's set up with the other props while they tear that one down and set up the other one. You start shooting scenes, and they can walk right over again. Like it will change everything, and it will make what you're missing from CG completely go away, because you're now able to interact. Like you can't interact with every aspect of your environment, but you don't even if you're there. So the fact that they can see it though will inform their performance and stuff like that. Whereas if everything's green, you're just kind of like, all right, I guess I'll pretend I'm in a green place.
He just murdered all those kids.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. This movie is intense.
Oh my God. And then you got the intense sexiness of Jimmy Smits.
Jimmy Smits can have it, man. He can get it. He was just, because he had some stuff going on. He was just in The Heights, the
musical.
The Lin-Manuel Miranda musical. Yeah, that was his big thing. He's been in like we covered him last year when we did the thing, like because he's been in a bunch of shows. That is, if I'm not mistaken, that is George Lucas's son Jet, and now he's dead. And they really killed him because
they sure did.
George Lucas is incapable of love, if you can tell anything by his dialogue.
He's pure Jedi.
Mm-hmm. But Jimmy Smits, and he's another guy I'm glad they brought back, because they brought him back in Rogue One as well.
Yeah.
What? Oh, he fell in the water, right? Yeah, he's still on Udapow. But
right.
Now he's got to climb up the wet rock.
Oh, no.
It'd be great if there was a Rancor down there. Walkers. I like all the machines they have, because they're all precursors to what you see in the original thing. So they look like mini versions of AT-ATs.
Those poor dead Wookiees. Yeah.
Well, there was going to be dead Wookiees.
Yeah, this one's all PG-13, let me tell ya.
There was actually some boobs earlier.
Oh my God.
That's Tarful and Chewbacca. No, it wasn't Wookiees.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. See, that was the thing too, because there were a lot of complaints about the thing going like, why would Chewbacca be like, why would nobody say, hey, Chewbacca, I know him? Because Yoda and Chewbacca don't see each other in the original series. Like, you can make people combine who like didn't see each other in the original sequel, because there's no continuity problem there.
I thought the two Wookiees were getting in there.
No, they don't.
Like, how the hell are they gonna fit in that thing? Because that was shit.
Yeah, because that was a big thing in The Hobbit too. Because they were like, why was Legolas in The Hobbit is like, he's not in the book.
Right.
And
that's
he's
what
like,
I
whatever.
said too. I was like, what the fuck?
But they did something that at least made it like smart. And the thing is, Bilbo never sees him. He never, like some of the other
People see
him, but the story is from his point of view, so he never encounters
saw
him, so he's not in the book. And I was like, boom, that works out perfectly. I was like, that's a good way to shoehorn something in.
Just that
I
some
was
guy
happy
that's
to
not
see him.
supposed
It
to.
was-
I was like, this is dumb as shit.
Well, the movies themselves were dumb. I didn't like that trilogy.
I didn't
but
like
it was
them at all.
which is a bummer. Again, it should have been maximum 2 movies.
Yeah, like come on.
And
like the Smaug scene was good. That was cool.
But that's what I said. They just drew out too much shit. They could have cut out, like, they could have basically cut Beorn out of it completely.
Oh my god, yes.
But like there was so many things they could have gotten rid of and made 2 good 3-hour movies.
Yes.
And but they just decided not to do that. I always like the idea of a shitty signal in Star Wars. I'm like, we can do all this stuff, but we still can't get the signal just so.
Somebody fucking with their war. Somebody hit the Wi-Fi router.
Yeah.
Fucking droid ran into the Wi-Fi router again.
Fair enough.
Or it's one of those fucking ones that goes around the floor and vacuums.
My
The
mom.
Roomba. What do you call that thing?
Yeah. My mom got one the other day, and she loves it. She's named it Benson, and it just moves around her house all the time, and it's vacuuming stuff up, and she keeps like showing me. She's like, look at how much stuff it vacuumed up.
So it does pretty good.
It did a really good job, and it's not even a Roomba. It's like one of the cheapos.
Uh-oh.
Well, not a
look,
cheapo,
look.
just, yeah.
So when you tell her you murdered all them kids.
He's just a straight up liar. And they're called younglings, which made it worse. You killed younglings.
What a guy, eh? Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot. But again, once you turn over, that's what it's all about, man.
Like he went in hard all the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you just signed up.
Yeah.
And he's like, now go kill a room full of kids.
Yeah.
You're like, deal.
Well, that's how you know, like, that's kind of like, what did they compared it to The Godfather and like the baptism, like where everybody gets killed and like,
right.
a little bit. That's what this was. Order 66 and this happening at the same time basically took.
What's Order 66?
Order 66 was the clone. The clones are pre-programmed to kill the Jedi.
Ah.
And so, but they're not like actively aware of that. So when him and the guy who was Sifo-Dyas and then Count Dooku, who have been dealing with actually getting the clones made behind everybody's back, they had that programming in the background. So as soon as he says, boom, Order 66, they're all like, yep, murder. And so that's why all the Jedi are dead now, or most of them anyways.
Order 66. Freedom 55.
You betcha. So we're coming up on the big fight that's about to happen.
The big one.
But
Lava Land.
to give you an idea of what we're about to see, there was a combined 70,000 man hours to create the lightsaber.
Holy fuck.
Okay. When it comes to all the people who worked on special effects, stunt coordination, the actual production, all that stuff, 70,000 man hours. So if you want to break that down, that would take one person 25 years straight working
Oh my god.
to make that scene.
Oh my god, those kung fu dudes make fucking rock ass movies in like a day.
Yeah.
Not a day, but I mean,
but-
the fight scene didn't take
but when-
70,000 man
Well,
hours.
but it's sort of, they do, because again, when you say a man hour, it's each person working an 8-hour day. So you and I both work an 8-hour day. That's 16 man hours.
Yeah, you can say
And then you break
work.
that-
It's a loose term.
Yeah, well, that's us. But I mean, these guys actually had to deliver. I like, this is actually a set. They didn't green screen any of this.
You can tell.
And again, like, why are you not doing this? Like, this looks beautiful.
Yes, it does. You know what? This is probably the first thing they built, and he was just like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
I can't. Yeah.
Put him in a green screen.
Yeah. Like, look at all. Like, there's literally, he's just got this big like thing. He's like, look at all of them. You just hang them up.
Somebody go get a bunch of sticks and go to the old tennis pro shop and get us some tennis balls, and there we go.
You can't green screen where Yoda is, or he'll disappear. This place was.
What is this place?
This place is called Mustafar. This was.
Look at these guys.
Yeah, so it's basically like a mining and smelting like place, but it's those guys are real. But
Jesus Christ, you want to fall off that thing?
No doubt, right? But they had this was George Lucas's kind of like version of hell, is how he put it.
So these guys are all hanging out down here.
Yeah, so he's had the he's had like Grievous and stuff move these guys around so they're the leaders of all the separatist things, and if they get wiped out, that's the end of it. I don't understand why he
is going to come and take care of you.
Yeah. Well, especially Newt Gunray of all people, the guy who's the Nemoidian guy who was in the first in episode 1, he should know what that means better than anybody, because he's already had a Sith sent to him, and he's like, I don't want to deal with this.
These guys are fuckers.
Yeah.
You can't trust a Sith, man.
Mm-hmm. That guy, it's Masa Meta, the character, and 2 different people, I didn't catch the names, but 2 different people play him over the course of the movie. Because are you mad at me because I knew the name?
Of course I am.
Okay. I just saw you shaking my head. It's just like, fuck.
My rage lessens each time.
Okay.
It's a good thing we watch these movies.
Okay, we got 3 more of these ones to get through. Got 3 more Skywalker saga, and then and then by then we should have some new ones to be able to deal with.
Exactly. Is this all just red hot planet? This place is going to blow up or something. This is
what Earth was all about at one time.
Oh yeah, it had all these Sith lords and all this mechanical shit going around.
And this is where I'm pretty sure I'm right. This is where in Rogue One, where Darth Vader's like mega structure was, where like his palace or whatever.
He should have been wearing a mech suit. That's what he should have had on.
Well, he gets one pretty soon. If
essentially,
yeah. Stay here. Everybody's always making R2 stay behind.
R2 ain't down with this. R2's a Jedi all the way.
Yeah. What if R2 did go bad?
And like I said, in that shot, it suggested that that's what happened in the preview for one of the newer ones.
But that wasn't what was that was due.
I know, but that's what you thought.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't get that from that at all.
You did.
Well, no, because I knew
was that
was my fridge has some weird thing going on. But I knew whose hand it was right away. I knew it was Luke's, so I knew what was going. And there was something burning in the background. And I'm like, oh, something bad happened in Luke this morning. That's where I got that. Yoda's just like, don't worry, I'll take all 500 of these dudes.
Right, you will.
I love that.
Nice move.
And we still have, we actually have, because we've been talking about the one lightsaber battle. There's another one. He's Yoda and Darth Sidious.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
They're both really good, man.
Yeah, they're fighting in here. This one did have a lot of action in it, actually.
There's so much going on.
To make up for all the shit. There's Jar Jar. Should have been more Jar Jar.
Oh, her guard who he was in the second movie. I didn't notice that he was there before.
Maybe it was the other one where the ETs are hanging out.
That was in the first one.
Was it? Yeah.
They're
in here still. Maybe they left.
Oh, I'm sure they're there.
They're really fucked up. They've been here for a long time.
Wouldn't that be amazing if they were part of the separatist group? It was like, or Alf was.
Yo.
They told me I couldn't eat cats. That's like how dark, something that was built for children, how dark could you get? He's like, so we're going to make it, so we need to get Darth Vader from here to here quickly. What could we do? What if we just stuffed a room full of children and just made him ice every one of them?
You just ice. Oh, look, this is when he comes to the realization.
I feel like they shot the scene of him literally slaughtering them. And they were like, I think just the lightsaber coming down will get the point across. Because this is also the only time you see a Sith use a blue lightsaber. He doesn't have a typical
They haven't turned it red yet.
Yeah.
Can you turn the color?
Well, you replace the crystal. That's what the color is. That's why most of them are green and blue, is because those are the most common colors of kyber crystal. The reason, they created a whole backstory for Mace Windu getting his purple, because he saved some planet from something, and then there was this cave that you could go into, and you could find all these special crystals that he was able to modify to add to his lightsaber to have a different color of lightsaber. If you go back to Old Republic, there was also yellow lightsabers. The Jedi Guardians had those, and that's why they gave it to Rey, because Rey has a yellow lightsaber in her.
Oh, well, that's pretty good, actually. I like that one.
She is really good. And I know she's won Oscars and stuff, so it's hard to say that she's not given enough due.
Right.
But it's just,
I still think she is, to be honest with you. I think that's a very true statement.
I still think she's not, but it's it's just a hard thing to say when you're she's got a friggin' Oscar. She's been in all these.
Was she win the Oscar for Black Swan?
Yeah.
It was a good one.
Yeah. What if it was something really dumb?
Your Highness.
Yeah. You didn't want peace. You wanted. He should have like been choking him. He's like, you tried to kill my wife.
It's your baby.
Nice.
There aren't any.
Is this like an attack on the clones? It's like the clones, dumb they are.
Well, I mean, they're clones.
That is true.
You get down to the thousands, 2,000, 3,000, you know?
No doubt. So what was really good is when the Emperor says, I'm reorganizing the Republic into the First Galactic Empire. Apparently there was a scene written where he personally thanks Jar Jar for making this happen. Because he did. He's the one who said to give him emergency powers and stuff like that. So it was like somewhere, I don't think it was like during that speech, but I think like he sees him in one scene and basically says like, you know, you made this happen. And it's kind of like,
oh, fuck.
which is kind of the ultimate fuck you to Jar Jar after like everybody didn't like him. They're like, oh, he made the Emperor.
Oh, look, the good thing that you can access whatever happened in any room at any time.
Yeah. And then you just see like, you go and it's the Emperor just dumping out hard. He's like, no.
Lightning bolts flying out of his ass. Holy fuck.
I do like that confidence, though. I can fuck that Emperor up right now. I wonder. Yeah. Why wouldn't. Here's another thing is like, why don't we just go double team the Emperor and then we'll go get.
Yeah. No. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
There's
like,
no time. They have to split up.
Yeah. I was like, it's like, you and I could easily defeat Darth Sidious together, and then we'll go and then easily defeat Darth Vader together. You can go ahead and kill Darth Vader. I don't want to do that because, you know, we got history.
Oh,
stop it.
Oh, Anakin. Go rumble his ass.
Oh, so good. I love it.
Sakes.
That's too open. There was true. Like, what if it rains?
It never does.
Oh, that's good news.
You could just move far enough back that the rain won't hit you.
I always love like
Scotch guard couches.
I'm not a sit in peace kind of guy, but the idea. I know.
What do you mean, like, what?
Well, let me explain. If I can say the whole sentence, you'll actually get the context. Like I'm not one of those guys like I can lay out on the beach or do whatever, but whenever I see like this kind of open air, like you're sitting on your couch or whatever, and just this huge breeze coming through, I'm like, oh, that looks so relaxing.
And like at any moment, a flying bus might ride into your goddamn living room.
Oh, I certainly hope that doesn't happen. My hope is that there's some like shields on the buildings, right? Shields. So I don't use this internet for anything, but basically the buildings are tall and the shields are doing this.
Right.
Like shields.
Two shields?
So you give shields.
Like, no, not like
shields
this.
on two buildings.
Yeah, and then like this.
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
I got you. Yeah. Right.
And then also on the top. There's some on the top.
Yeah.
And then around the base, you just to make sure that the
I think at the bottom there should be like a swirling one where all the power.
Yeah, up and in it.
Yeah. You know, if you were to shoot one beam right into there, you'd blow the whole thing up.
Yeah. I get it.
Padme, he's gone. Whatever. Get with Jar Jar. You know you love him.
Yeah.
Jar Jar. Oh, Jesus, his penis has fins.
This was good, too. This was good planning.
He's keeping her brain in.
Now, are those things on his forehead his or something because Alec Guinness had it?
Oh, probably because Alec Guinness had it. No, those are his.
Speaking of which, I have two of them right now. I got to go see the friggin'
I was looking at the other
dermatologist. I don't know. Yeah. No. They're vestigial heads. No, it's just right now. It's just dry skin that's on top, but there's like a little lump underneath, and I like to go get those dealt with.
That's AIDS, whatever.
I hope so. I hope so because I want
that gypsy better not be wrong. I paid her $7.
$7.
Is that drinkable water? You think, or is it just like for show?
I'm sure it's probably drinkable, but I wouldn't.
What do you call those goddamn things? They have a giant one in Niagara Falls, right at the bottom of Clifton Hill. Ah, yeah.
No, at the bottom.
And it's like, people, they don't have them anymore, but people would have them be like a little rocky thing, and it would be a little bit of water, and you could push the ball.
Oh, yeah, they have it at the...
there's like a giant one outside the one place.
I don't know that there's a name for it, but
what the fuck do you call those things?
It's outside the Guinness Book of World Records.
Yes.
I love this scene. That is like his best acting scene in the whole thing, probably because he didn't have to speak. But like...
I'm in full Darth Vader mode.
But like the fact that he's crying and all
I
that,
don't
like
need to
he's
see from here up.
yeah,
Fucking evil.
it's like because I think that was simultaneously him saying he's full dark side, but also simultaneously saying that there's good in him because like he weeps for what he's done.
Weeps for his actions.
Yeah.
Is he crying for himself? What a pussy.
Nah. Oh,
Get on the ship
you
already.
Sneaky ass. So this is the only movie where he's all the way gold. So C-3PO, he is because he doesn't have any coverings in the first movie. And then the second movie, was it about the second movie? There was something wrong.
The one he's got a gray leg from his knee down is like silver or
that's
gray or something.
That's the whole original trilogy. That's the case. And
which one is it, left or right?
I don't know.
You call yourself a Star Wars fan?
And then
turn it off.
And then the sequel trilogy, he's got the red arm,
right? And
because they're just replacing pieces.
That's
and
his
stuff.
murder arm.
But something that you don't think about with C-3PO, because this is when he's shiny. In the other series, he's dulled down and stuff like that, right? But this one, he's reflective, so they had to literally CG out cameras and other crew members,
like bounce it off him
out of every single shot that he's in.
He's not really there.
Well, there's a C-3PO there, yeah.
Like a real one.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't CG it.
So that was like they have to take the camera out of her CGI creation?
Yeah, if anything,
like
that would have been the guy to CG.
Yeah, like...
Because, like, literally they had to CG him anyways.
They CGI'd regular humans and then made him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but
that is kind of odd. Like,
yeah.
what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
All the Wookiees, every fucking thing.
Yeah, but, like, you can tell he's there.
I can't believe this movie only cost $110 million.
Yeah. But again, well, I mean, it's only 20 years ago, but it all still kind of adjusts for inflation. Like, it would still probably be like $150 million today or something like that.
How the fuck you gonna be hanging around that spot?
But that's, again, that is a testament to the expenses saved from doing all the green screen and all that stuff, because you didn't have to. Well, because think about when you have to fly everybody to Italy to shoot a bunch of scenes. You're flying hundreds of people out. You're paying for lodging. You're paying for food. You're paying for all that. Plus, you're paying crews and you're paying to actually do the work.
Do you know how cheap it is to shoot inside an actual volcano? Well, dirt cheap.
Yes. Yeah, it's just
a drone. They got a CG all this.
Yes. They just lowered wind. Actually, there's a shot in here. I don't know if we missed it already, but Mount Etna erupted while all this was going on, and they just took the footage, and it's in here. So there's literally footage of Mount Etna erupting in this scene.
Oh my god! How could you even look at him? You know that he just killed a bunch of damn kids.
This bitch. That was the face.
That was exactly that look.
Oh, you're cute.
All I want is your love.
What cost?
You're going to give birth and you're going to die. I have to save you.
Yeah. Apparently, the video game, they made an alternate ending where he wins the duel and basically changes the outcome of the entire.
Cool.
He wipes out. So like that happens. Sidious comes down, gives him his new lightsaber, and then he uses the new lightsaber to kill Sidious. And he goes, "The galaxy's not yours; it's mine." I'm like, oh, so we don't give a shit about the original trilogy at all?
Nope.
No,
I like that. It's a different way the game could go. It's like a choose your own adventure, right?
Yeah, but you can already see like that's how far gone he is already. He's already thinking about killing the.
Now he's talking about ruling the galaxy and shit. At first, it was just about saving her.
Because that's all Sith art. That's why there's always, like, literally there's two. One guy to keep the other guy down and the other guy to always try and kill and replace him. It's like this weird, like, natural, like, symbiosis kind of thing going on.
Obi-Wan was like, "You've changed."
Yeah. I didn't change. You knew me.
No, I don't know you. It's me.
Yeah.
Hey, it's me.
Yeah.
It's me, Anakin.
And then you find out she's like, the little boy I fell in love with was blonde. And he's like, and then there's another guy. And it's like, it's me, Rick Skywalker. Yeah, you
he's
literally.
Like, what's the problem?
Yeah. You killed
because they killed a bunch of kids.
Yeah. You didn't know any of those kids.
Now he hates her.
Yeah.
Now he hates her guts.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're going to kill your old lady.
Let her go.
Let her go, bud.
You betcha.
I have a cool one glove like that. Yeah, I keep it in my backpack for murder.
Oh, awesome.
For Sith murders.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, he sure did. Listen to you fucking wiener.
Like, this conversation has probably happened between a number of Trumpers.
Oh, my God. You did this.
You did this to me. You have done this. Who's her? The Lauren Boebert?
Like, nothing matters.
Yeah.
You know what? I had an egg salad sandwich today, and it was bad.
Yeah.
You made it. You made it. You know I don't work at the cafeteria anymore, Anakin.
So these guys trained for 2 months for what we're about to see.
Better be 2 months worth.
And I saw like the training stuff. It was amazing. And I'm curious because I still don't really know where he fits into the Obi-Wan thing. Is he going to play Darth Vader and they're going to encounter each other? Or are they going to have flashbacks where they're going to like, I really don't know.
You just said I brought peace by murdering everyone.
Well, he stopped the war. With me, you're my enemy.
Whoa. Oh, sun's coming out or something's up there flashing.
Yeah. What was really good is because like a lot of fights,
kick his fucking ass.
A lot of fight scenes just in general movies, they have to speed them up a little bit just to make them more intense. Everything they did, this is the speed that they were running at the whole time.
You can tell when watching these movies that they're sped up a little bit, even like the Jackie Chan ones.
Yeah, but this is 1-to-1 speed. Like, look at the moves they're doing. See, like, and you miss them. Like, you have to slow down. Like, he went behind his back a couple times, and that very unnecessary.
Oh, fuck.
I always loved this.
Yeah, fuck off.
Well, from like a story standpoint, those guys were supposed to be super powerful.
He's like, oh fuck, Yoda just walked in.
Yeah. You should call me that. Where did he get that name from, though?
Where did he pull Darth Vader out of?
No, but I'm saying, like, where does Yoda know that name? Nobody, he hasn't heard anybody called him Darth Sidious. At least not that I know of.
Your arrogance. Come on now.
Yeah.
Pew, pew, pew.
Oof.
You didn't see that one coming to you.
What if that was just it?
He's like, oh, burned out.
How mad would people be if you thought you were going to get this fight and that was it? And he's like, now I have to go, like, into isolation I must go. COVID I have caught.
Oh, they're fucking rumbling.
Yeah.
Spinning. It adds more oomph to the move. Good spinneroo.
Yeah.
Spinneroony.
Yeah. But, like, and that's the thing. And I think this maintains the record as the longest one-on-one fight scene, like, in film.
Really?
Yeah. Like, it's broken up, obviously, with other stuff, but I think, like, all told, it's like 16 minutes of straight fighting with the two of them.
Nice. Oh,
you have hit me so
What about They Live? That's a fight scene.
That one feels like it goes on forever because it's like it's literally just two dudes wrestling, which I loved. It's still one of my all-time favorites. This is a great shot. This is almost like a little like vaudevillian. He's like his butt up in the air for a second. It's like
a couple old guys going at it here.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
He gave him a little...
He's like, bring it. He's like, bring it.
Ooh. Oh, I like that face. The kind of like, face. Ah.
Fuck. Yeah, he's like, you're so powerful. Why are you trying to run out?
And I like, too, because the ambition of a Sith Lord is to get killed. He's like, he's going to kill me, and then he'll kill you.
He's cool, as long as he's super evil.
Yeah. I've done my job.
He's cool. He's cool with it.
Yeah.
He's like, I trained my replacement. I'm ready to go.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if anybody's ever stayed an apprentice. Like, they were the apprentice, they killed the master, and somebody else just came in and scooped up the master position.
Or like he just didn't pass.
Yeah.
So he's just been the apprentice for 25 years.
Yeah. Oh.
It's like me with karate. I just couldn't get the katas down.
Oh, gotta get this katas.
Yeah, because that proves you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oof. See,
I think Sato Ken was a bunch of shit. That guy didn't know jack shit about karate. Where's he now? Nowhere. he's probably like winning competitions somewhere. And I'm like, this fucking guy.
Yeah. Yeah. His new name, he actually is called Karate King now. This is awesome.
Who accidentally hit the old button to bring it up to the...
Well, there's the standing on it, so either of
is
them...
anybody there as like show's over?
That would be amazing.
It's empty.
You see two ETs making out in one of the things. It's like, we came here for some privacy. Look,
Dad's waiting in the car outside. He's like, where the fuck are these two?
Like, you couldn't get this
Holy
level.
Christ.
Like, look at that. You couldn't get that level of, like, kinetic energy from any of the original trilogy lightsaber fights. Apparently, they animated some kind of, like, force field, like, bubble growing while they were doing that, but he just thought it looked shitty. I think it was a good decision.
I agree. We get the point.
Also, the only scene in any Star Wars movie where two lightsabers of the same color hit each other.
Oh, really?
Yes. Never do you see two red ones hit each other or two blue ones, at least in the movies.
That's a neat, weird little fact there.
Well, because typically it's a red one against a blue or green or whatever, right? So
the scenery's like right out of a video game.
I just like that.
When you go to Lava World, here he goes,
Yes.
whipping fucking seats at him, or whole seat trays. Tray of seats.
Oh, that's a bad CG. Did you like?
Oh yeah.
So the faraway Emperor, they put no detail
he's
in
running
him.
up. That's so cool.
Looks so small.
He's having a fun time. He's really enjoying himself.
How is he going to explain this to whatever committee deals with budget?
There was a war. It was a war.
Yeah.
Bad guys came in and tore the place up.
Jedi came.
That's right.
I love this because he puts a little English on it.
Laughing. Oh, he's gonna spin it up.
Oh yeah. Well, because that's gonna graze off.
He's like, oh.
Now,
He's like, now I gotta jump around.
Could he not have just stopped it with the four? Like, they should have really have just been doing one back and forth.
Like a tennis match.
Yeah.
Oh, Duel of the Fates is going.
Mm-hmm. That's actually my favorite thing about the Obi-Wan thing is the Duel of the Fates music and some of the other music from these movies that like eke their way into the trailer. It was fantastic.
That must be part of the dark powers too, being able to shoot lightning, because Yoda can't shoot lightning. He can just shoot dirty looks from across a room.
Well, he can shoot energy.
Oh, come on, Yoda.
Like,
oh, fuck.
But then, like, Rey, it becomes a question because she shot lightning.
Shit.
Like, Rey shot lightning.
Yeah,
so
well,
is it because she's a Palpatine
daughter? Yes.
Yeah, but she wasn't. Like, is it because you're connected to the dark side, or yeah?
It's an inherited power through the Palpatines. It reminds me of Joker hanging off the building, laughing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
nice. I would have picked anywhere else to go.
I know, like, wow, like, jeez.
Maybe he just is like, I'm better at balance than.
He knew that from when he was training the young Padawan.
Well, actually, training, like, a big thing comes up because there's a very controversial.
He's like, hey, I'm trying to do my job, guys. Come on.
That'd be amazing. It's Jon Favreau voices. Come on.
I don't get my bonus if my productivity goes down.
Oh,
what a rumble.
And it just goes and goes and goes, and like contains like when do you see a Jedi get punched in the face or something like that, right? But it's
like climbing through.
Yeah,
should have done the Die Hard.
They did it so epic though. It would have been amazing. He goes down, there's broken glass down there. He's walking on the broken glass.
Yo, it's me, Jimmy Smith. What's up? What do you mean a war? I'm just hanging around.
They come back to, by double search, do you mean like double the amount of people, or do you want me to look twice?
That's a good question.
Just like, and then he's like, he's, for whatever reason, he won't be like he was not going to kill them. He's not like that kind of bad guy. He's just like, you guys.
He just gets like Vince McMahon pissed off and kicks you out of the room.
You wait until your review in September.
You can't kill everybody. Oh, fuck. The lava looks good, though.
Yeah. Yeah, they did a great job here. It also looks like it would be a good place for like a hair metal video.
Fucking right. Any type of metal video.
Like, I feel like this is where Skid Row recorded all their albums.
Oh my God, yes. No, this should be where GNR was for the T2 song. You Could Be Mine.
Yeah.
Or Celine Dion.
It would have been the best.
Dion's new one.
It would have been the best. They were both hiding in those spots as it was tipping over, and then like Vader's like, hey, remember that time when we went to like this planet and whatever? Like, fuck you. It's PG-13. You have one fuck. It would have been amazing if they used it.
2 shits and a fuck.
2 shits and a fuck.
That was cool.
And
I dug that whole thing
set of hairy
spins, and now
balls.
they're fighting on top of this thing that's
again,
like floating along, but like melting.
Yeah, and more things that mirror each other. That's right out of Empire Strikes Back with a Jedi in a hole falling out to get rescued.
Into exile.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
So we miss out on a big cameo because reportedly Liam Neeson shot a cameo as Qui-Gon Jinn, which was basically going to be the start of being able to talk to Force ghosts, because nobody ever does that in this trilogy.
Right.
So Qui-Gon Jinn,
shit.
while they're on the ship or whatever, Qui-Gon Jinn actually connects with Yoda, and then that's when he says, "Oh yeah, I have training for you" and stuff like that, because he's like, "Yeah, we learned how to talk to Force ghosts."
Right. Oh,
this is like Pirates of the Caribbean shit. It's the only people who have sword fights.
Oh, that looks bad.
Yeah. Well,
it's going over the old lava cliff.
We have nothing to compare it to. We've never had hover things over lava before.
True,
that might be perfectly accurate.
I don't understand how these things all that shit was
Yeah.
It's it can be that close to the lava but can't touch it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? There's no way the heat of
I agree.
he's still alive.
Yeah.
Why would they make the platforms the same material that the robots are?
Yeah, no doubt. Maybe it just hit a weak spot. But but also I think the fact that they caused a massive overloading and eruptions and stuff like that don't usually happen. So I think that was probably part of it. But we have I bought my son this Lego set actually, and both of those guys are on those platforms and you can slide them around
way.
and you can make them separate and come back together and stuff
cool.
like that. It's amazing. You know what I really love about Ewan McGregor? This is what makes him so good at this too, because he's a good actor who is so into being here. The reason that Ewan McGregor's so good at what he's doing, that was something really weird for those who they're going to be talking about that for days. But the
break room,
it's their version of the slap. But the reason that Ewan McGregor's so good in this is the fact that not only is he a good actor, but he's so into being here. He's so excited to be a part of this.
He was dying to play Obi again too.
Oh god, and that's awesome.
Obi Trice in the story about his life.
So this is the controversial thing, because this whole high ground thing, they're like, oh, that's bullshit, whatever. This is also a piece coming from the first movie, because he didn't have the high ground when he fought Darth Maul, because he was down below. So he knew what he was going to try here because he trained him. He told him what he did with things. So he knew he was going to try and jump up and over him.
Little bitch.
Mm-hmm. But the high ground thing is a
little bitch.
Yeah. Oh, it's creepy. That's a dog. But this is great.
Oh, your breath is the chosen one.
Yeah. But really good for an audio podcast.
Say something.
Dog, say something. Todd's holding my dog for people who are listening and not watching. And if you're not watching, join us on YouTube and start watching.
Hey, get out of here, you cute thing.
Get out of here. This is the first time he's fully glowing red, glowing yellow in the eyes.
No, he wasn't. They were going before.
Oh, were they? Okay.
Yep. If you were a Star Wars fan, you would have known that.
They're full on, baby. I didn't. Well, before when he was crying, I thought that was the first time it happened when he was crying, but his eyes weren't yellow there, so I was like, I stopped paying attention again.
Oh, jeez.
This is a great moment for him. That I hate you too. I loved that I hate. I remember feeling that in my guts when I watched this in the theater.
Awful.
Yeah. And he makes the decision though. He decides not to kill him. He's like, well, he assumes this is going to kill him. He's like, I'll let the fates decide. This is the duel of the fates.
Oh.
Something else that's interesting too.
Oh, kick him into the fucking lava already. Jesus.
Yeah. Something else that's interesting is because there's that bit at the beginning when Palpatine tells Anakin to leave Obi-Wan, and he says his fate will be our own. all 3 of them die on a Death Star, so his fate was theirs. Because he dies on the first Death Star, and then the Emperor and Darth Vader die on the second one.
No shit.
So his fate was their own.
Man, they must have mad cash. Like, how the hell?
Yeah.
How do you come back from the first one? It's a good thing we got like 3 on layaway. Like, right on. Things bigger than like our planet times a million.
Yeah, I know. Well, it would make sense in that, like, because even from a timeline, they were always building the second one when the first one was ready. Because again, you have a whole galaxy to deal. That thing's not zipping around from planet to planet, making sure everybody's
so you need a couple Death Stars to
he probably
roam the galaxy.
I presume that if everything would have gone to plan, they probably would have had like a half dozen of those things floating around.
Holy fuck. He's like, what a fucking day, man. Holy shit.
Yeah. He opens up a book, Dear Diary.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I thought he was dead. I should have known from the other movies.
Yes. That's all of a sudden they bring another guy. He's like, I really like, he brings in a new guy. He's already in the full suit. And he's like, anyways, I really liked the name Darth Vader. So we're going to just continue that on with you. So everybody thinks that that's Anakin Skywalker, is Darth, but it's not. That's why he looks different. That's why he doesn't look like an older Hayden Christensen.
Who's this coming again? Palpatine?
Yeah.
Still likes him, though. Still sees it.
Yep. Yeah, I would have.
Still into his boy.
He's so easily given up on everybody else.
There he is.
But he is technically kind of his father, if you think about it. And that's why they did that. He even, in the original script, he even says that you should think of me as your father. Because, like, I'm the one who, like, made it all happen and stuff like that. Still CG.
Holy fuck.
But they didn't CG. They chopped off Hayden Christensen's legs and burned him. That's why he took him so long to be in more movies. Because
just up the hill, there's Frodo and Sam waiting for the birds to come and get him. So you guys want to ride, or you guys cool? We got some birds coming.
Would it not have been a little funny though if in like a wide shot, if you looked way far out, you saw an Eye of Sauron just like floating around?
Fucking right.
That would have been brilliant. There's some cool moon mining. I love all the mining colonies they have going on in this movie. Oh, here comes my other least favorite line from the movie. For some reason, she's lost the will to live. I was like, well, that's a pretty good medical diagnosis, weird robot. Thank you.
Right. I've never seen the likes of it before. She's lost the will to live, and it's showing up on the meters.
Yeah. More CG guy. Come on.
I know, so I'm saying, like, so ridiculous.
Ooba. Ooba.
How clean and shiny that plane is.
Yeah, I know. It hasn't been through enough shit, apparently. There we go.
Oh, fuck.
I love his quarter. Like, it looks...
Look at how far are they up there, man. Yeah. How tall are these buildings?
I read this thing called the Star Wars Timeline Gold, and it actually goes through, like, they took from every piece of fiction that was Star Wars based that they could find, like all the games, the board games, books, comics, everything, and created a whole timeline of everything that happened.
There it is.
Yeah. She's perfectly fine, but we're losing her. Okay, what?
You're like 2?
That's not a thing.
Yes, it is.
Well, you lose the will to live, but you don't die when you've lost the will to live.
A lot of people do.
Like, you can't be, oh, that's what I give up. Like, it's, medically speaking, it's not happening.
Happens all the time. Like when a couple's been together for bajillions of years and one of them dies and like a week later the other one dies. What's that?
That's actually kind of a fair point.
Boom. But it's like something they can measure. Wait a second, I was going to say with the lava.
Yeah.
Like they were so close to the lava.
Yeah.
Nothing happened to him. He was much further than they were and it burned him.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like he was like way up in the sand and then how hot it was lit him on fire.
Yeah.
Oh, so as his babies are being brought into the world, he's also being reborn.
Yeah, he is.
As Darth. Oh, look at that CG baby.
There it is.
Oh my God.
I like that.
Fucked up. Look at that.
I know. I like that it has like scoops. I'm reaching it. I'm like, no matter what happens in any high tech thing, we still have to pull a baby out of your vagina.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to make it.
You think they could, like in Star Wars when they transport you, they could transport the baby out. Mm-hmm. No muss, no fuss.
Yeah. I like she's trying to give her a quiet Scientology.
Now this watch, the third one's Jar Jar. Watch.
Mason. Oh,
And she just no. The third one's Jar Jar, and then out comes like one of the other aliens.
Yeah.
In baby form, and then she just looks over, and goes, "Oops."
What's really funny is I read a piece of trivia where they said they were like, you see him open his eye, you see his eyes open when the thing comes, but in the novelization of this, he's in a coma when it happens. I'm like, do you think they took this from the novelization
of the movie?
This is actually a good moment. Like, that's a good
If
shot.
that wasn't CG, that would have been much better.
Yeah.
That was CG, right?
I don't know.
It looked CG.
I think the shot of it coming down definitely was, because it had like all the like other things.
What are you going to name them? Frank and Suzanne. Dun, 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 dun. You're like, huh?
And then it goes up, and then it just says, sorry, there were different Skywalkers.
Yeah. Oh fuck, she's dead.
Yeah, like there's not just one. Like Luke Skywalker is just a different dude with the same last name, and everybody made a lot of assumptions.
So what essentially you've just made happen there, Anakin, is she died.
Yeah.
And you didn't save her.
Yeah. And
you got her killed.
And then he gets to bring him to the next level. The Emperor gets to bring him to the next
level. See, this is
level.
not real. This is CG.
Yeah. I don't know, because
it is. Look at that.
Yeah. No, because he definitely does walk, because they built the suit, because the whole top part of his suit is heavier, and they've like braced his legs and stuff like that.
Right.
So when he gets down and walks, it's hard for him to move properly. So he's not used to basically his new body, right? So he does like, so he's definitely like, that's definitely a costume.
Understood, bud.
It was really weird to hear James Earl Jones talk about Padme. I'm like, that's not your trilogy. She was alive, I felt. I think I heard that they did something
the whole
where
place is shaking.
They could have done this. See, without the no.
Wait.
I know.
Wait, please.
I can't
oh my God in heaven.
I want to play it for you guys so bad, but I don't have a really quick way to do it. So, see. Oh God. I remember people laughing at that moment. Like, do you wonder? Do you think do you think people laughed like at the premiere? Like it was like, oh God, what a joke. But what killed me was like, you could have so easily, he could have been raging and like all the stuff could have been getting crushed and like something like
he just falls to his knees or something.
No,
you know what I mean?
Not even that. I was thinking like those medical guys could come up and like try and sedate him, and he like kills them or something.
Fucking loses
and
it,
then and then just go to a shot of the Emperor just going like.
Like it would have been cool if he went even further, where he would grab the Emperor.
Yeah.
And like throw him up against the wall, and then the Emperor just smirks, and then he lets go of him and falls to his knees.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there were so many options that weren't. No.
Oh, Lucas.
What a decision.
What a beauty.
I still think it was a really, really stupid idea to leave one of the children with the family. There's like one is going with one's going with Bail Organa there. It's going to be completely undetected. So where do we put this other Skywalker? How about with his family on the planet he's from? It's the last place he'll look.
Yeah.
Well, apparently it was, but see? So they mention all this, but you never got to see what they actually shot for it. I would have liked actually to have seen just one more scene where maybe he's in his cave or whatever, and they
Force goes to Qui-Gon, shows up,
and then they have that conversation. He's like, I failed. He's like, I tried to do for you, and then like it's him like, I failed you. Like I shouldn't have put you in that position, and blah blah blah, whatever.
Yeah, we both failed.
Yeah,
don't worry about it. We'll be Force Ghost soon.
We're gonna see the Queen of Naboo here in a second. Her name is losing me. It's Keisha Castle something. There's Jar Jar and Boss Nass.
Fuck.
Reese loved Boss Nass.
Yeah?
Yeah, he was he watched this when he was 3 and he didn't care.
He didn't care.
Well, because he was Keisha Castle Hughes. So she's the Queen of Naboo. She played Mary in Nativity Story, that movie, and she's in Game of Thrones. She's one of the Sands sisters. Those ones. I know we didn't get super far into that yet, but
we got to restart for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say, go on and get yourself Crave, watch the seasons to catch yourself back up, and then we'll do it. So this is, you have a fake Grand Moff Tarkin here, who I believe is also CG.
Oh yes, he is. I remember the yep. So check this out.
That is, like, compare that version to the version that you got in Rogue One, which was like, holy crap!
Look at that, the early startings. He's like, can you see the potential, boy?
Yeah. So it's just a big ball. But it'll have a laser. Why didn't we just make a big laser? He's like, oh, you have no vision. Nice.
Where's this?
This is Alderaan.
Looks like underwater buildings.
I was going to say, it kind of like struck me as like one of those like almost where like Superman lived or something like that.
Krypton.
I know it was Krypton.
It looks like the city of Atlantis, and it should be underwater. Here's the baby. I told you I'd give you a baby one day. Yeah. Baby. Yeah. See?
Actually, you said you'd put a baby in me.
and
then he's like, all right, lay back. Nice.
Anal birth.
Wonderful. I saw an argument today. I didn't partake in this one, so you'll be proud. But
so very proud.
Because somebody just took
You
a picture.
never finished the other one.
I sort of did. It didn't really go anywhere beyond that. I mean, Todd's talking about a Coming Attractions episode from a few weeks ago.
I would still trap mind.
Yeah, you got it. But the I do like this though, because you have Joel Edgerton here.
Just what I've always wanted, another baby to raise.
Yeah, I know.
I'm terribly poor.
Yeah.
Thank you, guy in the robe.
Another mouth to feed. Now we got to find more blue milk. Good God. But Joel Edgerton, he will be back in Obi-Wan.
Sweet.
I don't know if she's the
I forgot he was in this.
Yeah. Little baby. In the first one, it's like he looks like a child that they painted stubble on.
This is how you know this is a fantasy.
Yeah.
Where the wife walks over to dad and is like, another baby? Yeah. And he's just like,
well, they only have one baby. They don't have multiple babies.
Whatever. Baby? He's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
You didn't even ask me. You
Although that's probably why he's so freaking grumpy about it later on. Until he realizes he's got to use, he can work on the farm. But yeah, anyways, though, the fight that I was talking, it was somebody took a picture. It was like the Skywalkers of like the Skywalker saga. And it was Anakin, Luke, Leia, Rey, Kylo Ren. And they're like, Kylo Ren's not a Skywalker. And they're like, she's fucking Anakin's grandson. So yeah. And there's like, Leia's not a Skywalker. She was an Organa. And then she was a Solo. She was fucking
his mother
daughter.
Is, yes.
Like, fuck. Like, it was like, and they're like, people
it has to be.
But then it like, kind of went both ways because they're like, do you not understand how blood works?
Yeah, like bloodlines.
But then it was the Skywalker or the Rey thing. And they're like, she's not a Skywalker then. Okay, fair point. But also she's adopting it because she didn't have an identity. Like her name wasn't Rey Palpatine; it was just Rey.
Well, they needed somebody. She was adopted,
and then so that's what she did. She took the name of the people who most affected her, and people cannot like that or whatever. But it's
people cannot like anything and fuck off.
Yeah, but it's just like that was the thing that just drove me bananas. Was just like, she took the name of the two people who were really her only parents in life. Who actually
that one was not nearly as bad as I remember it in the theater because I think this is literally the second time I've ever seen it.
Yeah, I thoroughly like.
It wasn't that bad.
There was stuff that made me mad about this one, but I enjoyed this movie.
It had a lot of action.
Yeah,
didn't reach my titty dinky quota, but there
was tons of dinks in this one. You can't see them underneath Wookiee fur,
exactly,
but they're there.
Right?
I do like that they always kept consistent, like the fonts and the color. Like it still has that like 70s look. From the original.
Well, they kept it. They kept it real.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, too, because you can look up these colors and stuff like that if you want to rip it off. I remember the first Star Wars thing we ever did. I did a crawl for all of our information. I remade the Star Wars crawl in After Effects. And it's like you can get the font, you can get the exact color that they used and like the exact justification stuff and like everything. The music, man, John Williams.
I know. Amazing, right?
Like every piece of music. And when because you're not really supposed to be regarding it and considering it when you're watching the movie. So when you get to rehear it in this format, like after the like during the credits,
talking about music, I think Danny Elfman did Multiverse of Madness.
No, I think you're right.
I'm sure I saw that in the credits of the movie in that big preview thing I watched.
Let's look it up. Oops.
Which I was like, fucking A. Elfman's back.
Yeah, it looks like that's the case. The legendary composer is currently scoring Marvel's upcoming Doctor Strange, although this is an old story, so that was from January. So I'm sure, seeing as the movie comes out in a couple weeks, he's done.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, May 5th.
Oh, that's going to be a big one.
May the 5th.
This one's going to be bigger than Spider-Man. I don't mean in terms of box office. I mean in terms of what we're going to see, the people we're going to see.
Because there's things
those ones were just Spider-Mans.
There were rumors of because you hear Patrick Stewart's voice in the promo.
Yes.
There were rumors that the other, the James McAvoy version of X-Men was also going to appear, and they asked him, and he's like, "Oh no, absolutely not." And then everybody was like, "So it's just coincidence that you shaved your head at the exact same time that Sophie Turner dyed her hair red again?"
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, they think that they're bringing out all the versions of the X-Men into the MCU.
Ugh.
But again, it's that kind of thing like Spider-Man, where they can show up and then they don't necessarily have to stay. They show up and then go away. But this is going to give them the opportunity to do what they want now,
right?
Because that exists, right? And it's just, to be able to see them. There's going to be a level though that can be too much, because they're talking about all these different people, and they're talking about, okay, Deadpool's going to come.
I'm talking about this whole multiverse thing. I'm already over it, man.
Yeah, I'm not over it yet, but it's it needs to lead somewhere than just bringing cameos.
I'm tired of I dig it with Loki and stuff, but I don't want to keep seeing. And I know it's going to happen because I can see it in the preview.
Yeah,
I don't want them in every movie now fighting variants of themselves.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God.
No. Yeah. I feel like this movie should shut that portion of the multiverse down, but there should be remnants.
Things bad guys can come through, whatever, but I'm tired of the.
Yeah, there needs to be some remnant of, some, what's the word?
Semblance.
There's some residue of what has
Voodoo
gone on.
Residue.
Yeah. It's like I said.
Oh my God, that's my new metal band name.
Like the opening of the multiverse is what causes mutations and things like that, and then you can move into the next kind of phase.
I hate that you have to fucking bring it in like that.
Well, but the problem is you've created a reality where mutants don't exist. They might as well have said it in a news story. Just so you know, mutants aren't a thing, and then all of a sudden, but now they have to, because you bring in Wolverine and old Professor X and stuff like that, and then
they
everybody's
could just do the whole Wanda years ago said there are no mutants.
Well, that was our theory that we put out, and I think that's going to be the only way to do it.
It's pretty sound, yo.
I think it's the best way to go about it.
Also, this is what I was trying to think of with it. I kept bringing up Will and Jada because we, in a sense, predicted the slap before it happened. We have been talking about before he lost his mind how much of a fucking cock and simp he is, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And because of our comments, he lost it and slapped Chris Rock.
He did it. What a simp. Man, he's a bad boy for life. Get it?
You know what they said at the end of their Red Table Talk?
What?
They go, bad marriage for life, and then they fist bump and laugh.
Please tell me that you're tricky.
I am not joking. They literally, at the end of whatever one he's on, and she tells him about whatever. We're attached here. You almost killed me. See ya. It's about time. I totally just lied just to take over the podcast. When you threw this on the ground, I almost went with it. It was a whiskey bottle.
I was looking around. I'm like, what is the lightest thing that I could throw at him that will guarantee me do no damage? All right, ladies and gentlemen.
The thing. Yeah, fuck
yeah, we're doing it right now. I haven't hit stop yet. This is all part of it. God, we're both so sweaty.
I know, I'm sweating balls.
That is it, guys. Thank you so much for joining us again. Make sure to hit like and subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube. If you're not watching us on YouTube, get on that, because I think this is fun. I want to do more with the look, because it's just us sitting here. I was like, I have multiple cameras.
Make
and
it
stuff.
go crazy.
We might yeah.
Wipes and things.
Yeah, I want to do a little bit more with it.
Jar Jar right here.
So lots to go. If you're listening to us, make sure that you rate and review us wherever you're listening, whatever awesome podcast home you were doing that. Thank you as always. Look down below for all of our socials and stuff. Make sure to follow us on there. We're, doing things, doing whatever. TikTok and Twitters and Instagrams, and I think we're meta now. We're in the meta.
We're so meta.
I'm gonna buy that Razer haptic suit that exists,
Sweet.
which the timing couldn't have been worse because it came out right around April Fool's Day. And then everybody's like, "Oh, it's April Fool's, guy, relax." And then they're like, "No, we're not joking. This is real.
This is for real."
So it's like full on the Ready Player One. It looks exactly like a Ready Player One.
How much does it cost? How much? We were talking about it. Remember we were watching Lego. It was like, how much do you think one of these things costs?
I don't know. We'll have to look.
Straight through that fucking roof.
Well, I'll look it up after this.
Come on, get out here, pee.
Yeah, people want to be done with this episode, I think. All right, everybody.
Like me.
We'll catch you next week.
Bye. Wherever it is.